tab over and unmute everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi,
Hi,
Stream.
stream.
Hi, stream.
My face is being weird. Just give it a minute and it'll catch up.
Rude.
Yeah. Mhm. Maybe. There we go. Now it caught up. Let me refresh it a little bit. Hang on. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we did a quick recap on everything that was going on, and we continue where we left off. So, you all had just made it out from the creature falling apart, and had swum. You had swummed, bombed your way over to Lyra's ship, sort of at the center of the Black Fleet. And as you guys had sort of arrived, and the creature had sunk, Caldecrit 1 has now landed on your ship, converting himself into his humanoid form, as well as the large metal dreadnought that is the Frankian ship has sort of begun to sail closer to you guys. You guys have just pulled yourself out of the water and are upon Lyra's ship. The rest of the Black Fleet is sort of beginning to pull around you guys, so that perhaps some could board and have a conversation with everybody. What would you guys like to do while everybody's sort of coalescing at your location? Everybody's gonna be there in a moment.
Currently on my ship?
You and your allies are currently upon the ship.
Cool. Are we still under the water?
No, your allies would have sort of pulled you up and out because they were joining the Black Fleet at the time. So
I mean, boat. Is the boat in submarine mode, or do we need to breach the surface?
you guys would have climbed out of the water.
Okay.
Yes, you guys are not in water anymore. You are upon your ship, above the waves, and in fact, as you board the ship, Alessandro, Ellis would have pulled back off the earring you had given him and hand it back to you, the captain's anchor earring.
Good. Good. Yes, I would like to keep that. Should we say hi to your mom, Rigel?
If she's here.
I think so. I think they're all here, aren't they?
I mean,
Yeah, the
she tends to just come and go.
Oh.
the Frankian dreadnought is approaching your location. It was sort of off the eastern side of the large crater. So it's gonna take a minute for it to actually get close enough to you guys.
And I mean, we did hear her voice call out that the red
Yes.
dragon was on our side.
Yes, you had heard Rigel's mom's voice. Mother.
We could probably go and meet with them halfway. You think she'll give us a dreadnought because we destroyed this gigantic thing? I feel like that's a great reward.
You should ask.
Oh, I will.
All right, so are you gonna take your ship and along with the Black Fleet and sort of meet together?
Yeah, we can have a little Black Fleet Frankia meet and greet.
Yeah. Yeah, a nice circle where the Black Fleet aims all their cannons at Frankia, and Frankia aims this giant artillery shell at the Black Fleet. Yeah, easy enough. Everybody is able to pull the ships together. You guys sort of head towards the large metal ship that is the Frankian one, and it is very large compared to any of your ships. Unfortunately, the ship that Blood Eye had sailed, her flagship, and most of her fleet had been crashed into by the monster, so all of her ships were basically gone. So you can't see a size comparison between the ship of the line and this large dreadnought anymore, but it would have dwarfed the dreadnought, or the ship of the line that Blood Eye was sailing. The cannons on the metal ship also seem different. There are like cannon points on the side, but they're like very elevated compared to normal, and they have almost like a downwards facing turret. Like they sort of sit underneath a rim. So if you've seen like modern ships, how they sort of like curve up and out of the water, it sort of does that, and so the cannon ports are sort of like aimed semi downwards, and as it approaches, its height is also quite a bit taller than the rest of your ships, as it could probably ramming speed through your ships and not suffer any damage. It would just be like scrapes on the metal of this thing. But it does approach, and it sort of begins to turn just a little bit as individuals seem to be manning what looks to be some sort of like much smaller vessel, like a lifeboat almost, and perhaps they're going to be coming over towards your ship to have a conversation.
Let them on my ship. Fine. They can't just use the blowtorch or whatever. Not the blowtorch, the blowhorn. What are they? Bullhorn? Okay.
They apparently want to speak in person, whoever is boarding this ship, this little lifeboat. I say little, it's not that little.
As long as it's smaller than my ship, so I
It
don't
is.
feel like it's okay. That's I don't need more measuring contests.
Yeah, it's kind of like a modern like cruise ship style lifeboat. Like if you've ever been on a cruise ship, or you've seen the lifeboats that are on the sides of modern cruise ships, it's got like a full
seen the
canopy
Titanic.
and all that. Not that old. Like it's like the modern cruise ships. So they've got like a full canopy. They have like they have a motor. They like it's a proper little like vessel to take people to and from the ship to like a dock or something. It's not like a dinky little rowboat. But it does not appear to have any cannons or weapons on it.
That's fine. I'm not about to start a fight because we don't have the spell bandwidth for that anyways.
And on the other side, from the Black Fleet, a couple of individuals seem to be going over towards your ship as well. What board are you guys on? Currently, nothing.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
We're in
Currently, none. If it turns into a fight, then probably Lyra's ship would be the map.
Please don't. No more fighting.
Please, no.
I'm done with the fight.
Yeah. But as of right now, yes, imagination. Imagination. That's the board we're currently on.
Yeah, I can do that.
Do you allow the representatives of both sides of this conversation to board your ship?
I'm gonna tell them to leave whatever spellcasting items, knives, guns, size, throwing stars, whatever weapons, they need to leave them in their dinghies before boarding.
Are we the TSA now? We're still allowed to bring liquids over 5 ounces. Leave all nail clippers and pepper spray at home in your vehicle.
So you can see on the little like rowboat-esque thing that is coming from the pirate side, you can see the captain of the Emberwind fleet, like as you call that down, if you're like, hey, leave weapons, leave, whatever, they just look up at you and go, no.
Oh my god. Then we're gonna shout at each other. There's no violence, no fighting. Can you at least agree to that? ridiculous.
I certainly don't plan on getting on in a fight on someone else's ship, if that's what you're requesting.
I mean, you never know. We're all somewhat friends of enemies over here, so
Well, then
just
we'll
want to
be
make
quite
sure.
outnumbered as he sort of gestures, and he's got like a basic crew, and it looks like there's another captain, but like you don't know their name, so odds are they're like just a representative of like the independent pirates, and he's the representative like the council of pirates. He's the only one that has like a captain's name compared to the other one. But they just sort of look and they're like, well, we'll be quite outnumbered even with our weapons, so I'm sure we'll be fine. We just want to have a conversation, and an adventurer's vessel is more common neutral ground. Plus, it seems the Frankian whatever is going towards your ship as well.
Look,
And then
I don't
you-
take anything for granted, okay?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then as you lean over to say the same thing towards the Frankian delegation, you see 4 well-armed blue coat wearing Frankian navy men. You see a woman who you recognize as Rigel's mother wearing what seems to be a black coat that has sort of like blue trim all around it.
Ooh.
There's no like rank signifiers on her or any sort of like representation of like a group. It's just a black, like, it's still a Frankian military coat, but it's been dyed nearly like a pitch black. Looks very very striking compared to those around her. And then also what seems to be either an admiral or perhaps some sort of like vice captain or whoever would be the actual captain of the ship. And there is a robed individual who is wearing a standard Frankian blues, but also doesn't seem to have any rank or insignia on him that is identifiable. Rigel, you would be able to identify the commander is indeed an admiral of some kind, which means, like, you know, one of 6 people who has a rank high enough to actually command a shitload of ships. 2, you've never seen your mother wear such a coat. And 3, the robed man is probably a part of either hang on. Is a part of the
Blue coat. The men in
The
blue.
blue coats.
The blue
The
guy.
blue man crew.
Yeah.
yes, indeed.
Immediately makes a new name. Before
Is,
the-
is probably a part of the tower, but he's not wearing the insignia of it, which means either he is currently as like an independent contractor, or was like somebody who used to serve the tower, because the robes are proper. He just isn't wearing his rank. So there's a high likelihood that, like, much like you, he's wearing the coat, but is not currently in active service, and yet is on this ship. So he's probably a trusted member of some kind, but currently does not have a actual rank. But they look up at you and go, no, and just say that they're also going to bring their weapons aboard.
We just fought. Fine, whatever. I assume Rigel's mom can take him if anything happens.
Yeah, Rigel's
And
mom
that
has
there'll
no
be-
weapons on her, and in fact sort of walks in front of the 4 armed navymen, and looks up and goes, well, I'll certainly be unarmed.
Thanks, mom.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Just conjures an arsenal out of nowhere. Okay, fine. Just don't. No bickering up on
It is-
board. Yeah,
It is,
we can agree to this
of
since
course.
my ship is the meeting place. Great, cool.
If
That's
you
all I
right
need.
with your ship acting as a neutral mediator zone.
Yeah, that was kind of the reason why I said no weapons, but you know, whatever. It's
Fine.
Wonderful. Then I, the admiral here, and my mage ally will be the only ones boarding the vessel, anyways. Admiral, do you have a weapon? and looks over towards the much older gentleman who like looks down and he moves his coat out of the way, and he does have a bolt pistol. Looks really elaborate, looks really nice, and he goes, "Just one?" He goes, the pirates probably have more, it's fine. And I'm not even going to ask you, you are the weapon, looking at the mage, and he sort of just nods under his coat and doesn't say anything. Only us three are going to board. The other 4 armed gentlemen are more like an escort, just in case things go bad. They will stay on the lifeboat.
That works. Thank you for being so helpful and
Of
complicit.
course.
Appreciate it.
It
I'm
is
just gonna
not a
stare
problem.
when while I tell her that.
Your voice kind of flickered there. You're going to stare at what?
I said I'm gonna say this while looking at Emberwind
Ah.
because he's being a child. But I'm not
he's
gonna
he's like already boarded as you're having this conversation, and just sort of like looks at the people who are with him and just like, I mean, it's too late now. Just sort of shrugs.
Gosh dang it, it's because you're
At
freaking
which
hot.
point, the mage, the admiral, and Rigel's mom, all like levitate up to your ship and then step onto the deck. So, it's lovely to see you again, dear. Looking over at Rigel.
Hi. Nice coat.
Thank you. It's something I would not normally have to wear, but alas, when the need arises, when you have to hijack a prototype ship, and she gestures back towards the giant dreadnought, sometimes you have to use your position. So, I've pirate friends, and she gives like a nice wave towards them. They all just look at each other, and hopefully we can come to an understanding about this planar portal that has appeared. It is in Frankian waters, so negotiations will hopefully benefit our side the most.
Close it.
The pirates sort of give a shrug and go, "Well, we helped take this creature out, so surely we should get something for it. The riches of Francia can surely afford our services, right?" Basically, you can pay us off type deal.
Money talks.
Well, we could work on such an agreement. We plan on eventually sealing this, as they have done in the East before. We even brought along with us, and gestures towards the mage, who then, out of his robe, sort of pulls out this blue, almost teal crystal. We bring with us a piece of aether, prepared to use it as the beginnings to seal away this planar portal. However, we don't know what's on the other side, and we'd be willing to allow freedom of movement and the cordoning off of the area for your Black Fleet members to freely go in and out until we finally can seal. Who knows what kind of riches are on the other side? Or dangers?
Wet one.
We don't want to look.
Did you say wet ones?
Yep.
But we're willing to let you all risk whatever you would like to go in or out, as you please.
Are we included in that deal? I mean, technically we're a neutral party, so I'm not gonna say we're exactly part of the Black Fleet yet, even though I'm technically on that council.
We did also wreck the thing from the inside, so
Yeah, definitely. I feel like we'd get first dibs on whatever happens since we took it out.
we will gladly allow you also to enter or exit the plane as you please, until which point we are able to seal it properly.
I'm a kind of person that likes payment up front, so like, can we do a some now and some later sort of ordeal?
And she sort of crosses her arms and looks over at Rigel specifically and is like, right, these are your
Nodding.
friends. All right.
Look, all I'm saying is we're risking our lives, lady. Again.
The sort of pirate captain also goes, oh yeah, we would be risking our lives too to adventure. Surely you'd pay us to go in. And she goes, oh, I shouldn't have said anything. And as she does, this is the first time you've seen it from somebody else's point of view. You guys have only seen it or heard it from the point of view of being the target of this. All of the pirates' eyes go dead. Like, they just stop for a second.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot
And
she
she
could do
go-
that.
And she looks at you guys and goes, we can have a negotiation at a later time. For now, let's convince these pirates that coming and going is the better option. And they're still just frozen there. Like, they cannot talk or do anything.
Okay.
Your passive perception would be able to help you identify this. Normally, she wears her hair down. Every time you've seen her up to this point, she's worn her hair sort of over her neck. Currently, her hair is sort of up in like a ponytail and is raised. And thanks to that, even though she's wearing a Frankian jacket that has a high collar, you are able to see that on her neck she has a tattoo that nobody else can see. That is that of a crowned eye.
Oh.
And she just sort of goes, so are we willing to convince these pirates that something more simple is better?
Yep.
Wonderful. So, freely coming and going. And as she begins to say this, they start moving again. Like their eyes stop being glazed over, and perhaps a simple coming and going. Any loot or anything you find in there is completely up to you. We'll guarantee safety and we'll cordon off the area. In fact, if the pirates would like to cordon off the area and perhaps stop anybody from prying too deeply into this, as we'd prefer to keep this something of a state secret, that there's a sudden opening of a plane off the coast. If you're all willing to keep this very simplistic secret, you'll have full reign of this part of the sea. You'll be able to come and go, and eventually we'll seal away this plane and act as if nothing has happened. How does that sound? What does everybody think? And she gestures both towards the pirate crew and towards your crew.
Yeah.
Sure.
Good deal to me.
The pirates sort of nod along and
Okay.
go, and this deal covers the entirety of the Black Fleet, not just us who helped, right? Looks over and goes, perfectly fine. We're not actually that worried about you keeping the secrets, either. Most people on the mainland won't believe a bunch of pirate tales about some portal opening in the middle of nowhere. And if anybody gets too close, feel free to do your pirate thing and make sure they don't get any closer. Effectively, using the pirates as a cordon for the area.
It's smart.
Works for me.
Mhm.
Wonderful. Then until we can get this portal closed, and she reaches her hand out for the sort of pirate captain first, and he goes, all right, I'll bring this to the council, and they'll probably agree, but at least the fleet here will follow along. That's good enough for me. As they shake hands and they turn around and sort of like look towards you, Lyra, and go, your crew staying with the Black Fleet? You're gonna keep flying black flags, right?
Yes, for now.
All right. Well, if you come back to the Black Fleet, you always have a seat at the captain's tables.
Aw, thank you. I freaking better. We just took out a whole island.
He sort of nods and goes, "Don't remember the rule. Don't forget the rules, though. You don't get a vote unless you're
I-
actually on."
Yeah, I
And he will climb off and onto the sort of life raft. At which point, Rigel's mom turns back towards you all and takes a deep breath and goes, "So did you all have fun on it?" And like just mood switches for a second from like professionalism to having a conversation with with her son's friends.
Thank you, Mrs. Rigel.
Thanks, Mrs. Rigel.
Best mom.
Oh, God, is that what they're calling me? Do they not know your last name, Rigel?
They're forgetful.
Okay.
I mean, maybe it just never mattered before. I don't. What is your last name? What if we are forgetful?
Arwen.
Uh-huh.
Arwen. Arwen. Oh. Are you winning?
Yes.
That's part of the last name.
You're also welcome to call me by my name, which is Adara, but it's completely up to you.
Oh, first name basis. First name basis.
We did it, guys. We did it, fam.
And you notice that
Relationship plus 10.
as she's talking casually, the mage doesn't seem to care. He's still just like standing there and he's sort of examining the crystal, and he's walked to the side that has the portal so that he's looking at it. Like he's sort of gauging what he has to do to try to start the sealing process. But the admiral is very much looking at this like he's watching something he's not supposed to see. Like a situation where like your higher ups are acting like normal humans for a moment, like an odd moment
Oh, like
for him.
your teacher outside in the real world.
Yeah, like, who are you?
Like going to a bar with your boss.
Yeah.
Going
She
to a bar with
suddenly-
their teacher.
She has dropped from, professional member of Frankia to Rigel's mom, and the admiral's very much like, I should not be seeing this. I should not be seeing this. This is not something I should see.
I can't look away.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. What was inside? What was it like? I didn't get to see anything.
That's what I was
Wet.
gonna say.
Wet and squishy.
Very
Gross.
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 Scaly. Corally.
Yeah,
Interesting.
existential crisis inducing.
I
Well,
pull
we'll
out my
s-
goop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was also another creature in white robes again.
Lady this time.
Yeah, and if you pull out that black goop, which was the goo being made, right? The sort of like the
Mhm.
stuff that reminded you of the stuff from the
on.
Archduchy. As you bring that out, she does pause for a moment, look at it, and go, I see.
I'm gonna pull it back slightly, like, no, my goop.
Does she want Oksana's head scoop? Because she can have that.
No.
No,
not
that's
at
my
all.
goop too.
What?
That's my goop too. All the goop, my goop.
I don't. I mean, okay, I guess.
I have no plans to take your goop.
My goop.
But if there was a white-robed individual, that does make sense. We've been trying to piece together some information about things. I'm not sure what the next steps are. few possibilities, but hopefully most of them are a ways off. They've been taking their time with whatever their plans are. Very long time, in fact.
Mm-mm.
What kind of plans?
Not 100% sure, but what we do know is that they're opening, or have been opening, portals to other planes. Sort of poking holes into things. We have sightings.
Oh yeah, what'd you say? Was that the third or fourth? I think 3.
That should have been, assuming the sightings are correct and the things we have learned about them are correct, that should have been the 4th time they manually did this. There was a few that have occurred. The first was, I need to remember which order these are in, hang on. Was it Daratha that happened first, or was it the demon/devil plane that happened first? I can't remember which one happened first.
I think that when we were playing Mara, you said that the demon devil thing had already happened.
Okay, then that would have been the poked first. So the first thing that occurred was in what used to be known as the north, the true north. A hole appeared where devils, demons first, I believe, began to invade and destroy much of the north. Luckily, it was held for quite a while by a few heroes of the north. Most of that information is lost to time. Some of that history is kept within the archives, but the devils breached as well on their own and began to fight back, bringing the blood war onto the material plane, the endless struggle between the demons and the devils. The next break would have been Daratha. Long-term tampering had occurred with the heat shield in a volcano. Eventually it fired and opened a plane or a portal to the primal plane of fire. And unfortunately a very large and powerful creature broke through with it. Luckily, a group of heroes came up to take care of the problem. The third one would have been in the Great Sand Sea. A planar portal to the plane of air burst forth. There were no sightings of any white-robed individuals, so it cannot be confirmed that it was them, but it does seem to be a part of the MO at this point. It was very quickly sealed by the floating city of Aladresh, using, and gestures towards the mage who has that piece of like solid aether, a similar material to what we have acquired. With the fourth one being this one, gesturing out towards the plane of water portal. So it seems like they have had quite a long time to do quite a lot of things. While we're uncertain why they're poking holes into planes, that seems to be what they're doing. That's about all the information we have. What would you guys like to do?
Are you gonna ask for a ship?
Lyra.
What happened? Sorry.
Are you going to ask for a ship?
Oh, is she gonna give us a ship? A big ship?
No. I don't
You're
think.
No,
welcome to
we thought you said
ask.
you were gonna ask.
Well, I mean, I would like one, but are we gonna you trying to sail into that portal with the big ass ship? I don't think that's gonna work.
Well, we need payment, and you need ships.
I do need ships. I was gonna wait until a little later to start asking, but that's fine. We can ask now. I'm okay with this. Hey, righteous mom.
Sort of slowly looks over towards you and goes, "Yes, dear."
Well, now I'm nervous.
As you should be.
Like, so if
Mhm.
we were to help investigate this gigantic planar portal, we might need a little bit more firepower in the shape of a large ship and potentially crew.
I'm just imagining that Kale the Crit is off to the side just eating popcorn, watching this the entire time.
Aside
Oh
from
yeah,
seeing
he
the
is
mark,
floating around there
I
somewhere,
was gonna say,
isn't he?
aside from seeing the mark, mine would probably be glancing at Gale the Crit every so often.
Yeah, he seems mildly interested in all the conversations happening. Like he's watching history occur, and so it's like he's trying to take mental notes. But
Well, the good thing for him is that he has the book, which is taking these notes too.
yeah, and he doesn't seem super worried about anything, or like the deal that's been made, or any of that stuff. Like he very much showed up because he wanted to see if he could help kill a giant thing because it would be interesting. That's the reason he arrived. It was less I want to be rewarded and more like, ooh, somebody's gonna write me into history now as he like assists, right?
Yeah.
Well, are you just looking for a large ship, or are you trying to insinuate you want that one? And gestures back towards the dreadnought.
um, hey, what if we continue
Mhm.
testing out prototype floaty boy boat and instead?
That's gonna be a no.
Damn it. Okay, then yes, that one.
Technically speaking, if I didn't pull rank, it would not have even been put to sea. Yet.
That's such a shame. Think of all of the good testing you would get as
Oh.
exactly what the doggy says.
According
Freya
to
is
all
speaking
legal
from the third
records, we have not yet finished.
Not yet. What? I'm sorry. Freya is.
According to all legal records, we have not currently finished a dreadnought.
But then
Legal
legally
records.
speaking,
Well,
there
if it's
wouldn't
not
be
finished,
anything to give.
then you didn't give us anything if we just
Exactly.
had one.
Yeah, if it just happened to become ours.
She
If there's not
seems
one done, you can't be missing one.
she seems very amused at the conversation going on. Like she's smiling, but is very much not going along with your stuff at the same time. Like not taking shit from the children trying to get a new toy. But still like smiling to herself about it. Because unfortunately, it is not currently available.
You're on it right now.
That, and it is not
She's
my
on our ship.
property.
Your ship.
I can't simply give it away. I use my authority so that it could be sailed out to sea and be used. But now it falls back under somebody else's authority and as such needs to be brought back into port.
What if the authority was us and you were using it
You're welcome
to
to request it of
investigate?
the Emperor if you would like.
You
Yes.
no
Yes.
request
Cal
from the
can request it.
I can request it.
with with message. Does Cal have message?
If you really wish for
I don't
the
know,
dreadnought.
but she danced with some one guy.
I did dance with a prince, yeah.
Mhm.
I forgot about that guy. I mean, that's not the Emperor. That'd be an interesting little like telephone
could help.
version. I guess.
If what you're requesting requires the audience with the Emperor, I could perhaps pull strings for you to do so, assuming you would be respectful within his presence.
I mean, yeah, if we have to, but do we really gotta go to the Emperor to go and do this shit? Can we just not?
The vessel is currently under his direct authority, so yes.
Gross.
I mean,
You're
we
welcome to
did save
petition his
son.
child, but that won't really assist you very much.
Well,
Mommy.
But that is up to you. If you wish
Well-
for me to facilitate such a thing, I can attempt to help.
What if you gave us a smaller ship that we could just have in return for fighting a gigantic world-ending monster?
That can be arranged.
And then we can petition the Emperor later whenever I feel like seeing a pompous asshole sitting on a throne.
As soon as you say that, her eyes squint for a second, and you see the mage who is like looking at the portal slowly turns to look in your direction and is staring daggers at you, and the admiral has also stood at attention, and they are very much looking at you, and she goes, like I said, respect is required.
You said in the Emperor's presence. I don't see an Emperor here, but I'll be respectful when I see him.
The Emperor is always here. He's here, gesturing at herself, and there, gesturing at the mage, and of course there, gesturing back at the giant fucking ship.
Neutral party, neutral ground, neutral ground.
Neutral ground does not mean the Emperor is not here. He is always here. Always.
Weird. I don't like that. That's a little bit too big brother.
Mhm.
Yeah, Rigel, you would know that, like, the culture basically believes the Emperor is a god at all times, right? Like, he's reborn over and over to be the Emperor again. Like, when one abdicates or, disappears or dies, quote unquote, suddenly a new one, younger, begins to grow up, and yet somehow looks exactly the same when they grow up as the Emperor does. The only thing that changes is sometimes they get slightly more progressive ideas. It's almost
That's
like
not weird.
it's almost like as a part of the new one, it's to add those progressive ideas. Like perhaps the other ideas were just too old, and so a new emperor needs to take over, but it always looks the same, like the same person. So perhaps some form of reincarnation brings these new ideas or something, but they believe that every emperor is the emperor. It's the same person. So, I would just be careful with your words. Very, very careful with your words.
Right. I won't insult the. I'm trying really hard to actually hold back from saying what I want to say.
Emperor, you can say it.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Good. As it should be. She's really a spitfire and looks over at Rigel.
she's actually gotten better than she used to be.
Oh,
Oh, thanks.
hopefully you're being a good influence then.
Sure.
But, as I said before, if you're merely looking for more ships, that can be sold to you quite easily as a reward. The sold being a loose terminology. It'd be a lot easier if we could just pay you in money and then you can decide on your own and perhaps purchase from the naval fleet.
Sure. I won't say no to that.
Wonderful. That'll make this a lot easier. Now, am I to divide the pay between all of you equally, or
If
wanted
it's
to know
split equally,
particular
we get
manner?
does everyone get a boat if we split the money?
Hang on, let me see. What is the cost?
Of a ship.
Of a fleet of ships?
Of a,
DM doing a
of
DM thing.
a ship of fleets.
The PHB apparent cost approximate. I don't see what. How much would a boat cost? DMG prices for ships and boats. Vehicle combat. Vehicle bits.
Give me a reference. DM boat catalog.
There you go. Okay, so a warship is about. That's not bad. Your ship would be different, though. Your ship would be more like a sailing ship or a longship, just with a buttload of cannons on it.
Mhm.
a bunch of cannons. Just if you plan on all dividing it up amongst yourselves, you're looking at about 20,000 gold each.
That's a pretty good amount.
It is a lot, but we'll be sending dredgers out to dredge up the corpse of that creature, and we might end up making more profit than that. So it's more of a investment for your assistance, and of course you have free reign of the portal should you wish. And of course, if you still wish to petition the Emperor, that can be arranged.
I'd be okay with us each getting 25,000.
I feel like that's not. Okay. I thought she said 20, but are you? Okay. In that case, I thought she said 30.
If that's what you would like.
I mean, yeah, I feel it's up to everybody, but I'm not gonna say no. And then we can decide if we want to pitch in on something more exciting.
Yeah, so a sailing ship, or like attempting to rebuild a ship similar to yours, would be about 10,000, so you could get 2 more of your ships, basically, with that amount of money per person.
It's not bad.
Just so
I
you
love
know,
money.
Mai's probably going to keep her gold for research purposes.
That's
The gold is made of gold.
Research.
No, as in being able to buy things so that she can have access
Research.
into.
No, research.
Okay, fine.
Here.
So when do we each get the 30,000?
I
Would
like
you like
money.
it now?
I feel like we're influencing each other.
Yes,
Slowly
please.
but
20,000 can be arranged right now. Immediately.
immediately. Is my ship gonna be able
Immediately.
to hold the weight of the extra gold plus all the crew and supplies? Or
Yeah,
is it
so-
just gonna start sinking?
So part of this world is that everybody has what is effectively a coin pouch that is effectively a bag of holding, but only for coinage. It is made via a divine pact with multiple gods, one of which includes the god of thieves, so that people can store
god of
coins.
thieves?
There's multiple gods of thieves, but specifically it's based on a god known as Mask is the name of the god, who has a pact with the god of treasuries and the gods of finance. Through this pact, they were able to make a sort of very easy enchantment that is unified, that basically everybody has, probably at a very young age. It would be like modern day being handed a cell phone, right? Like, everybody in the world gets one at a fairly young age, and there's rules behind it. You are told that people could steal from you, but they don't steal all of your money. When you get pickpocketed, it's not like they take that pouch from you. They can't. That pouch is a part of you as a part of this divine pact that is just a rule of the world. However, at least 10% of whatever you're carrying is considered masks tithe, which means thieves can take that much money from you when they pickpocket you. So instead of stealing a coin purse, as per se, if you're carrying all that money on you, at least 10% of it could be stolen at any moment by a pickpocket. Which, if you're carrying around 20,000 gold, is a lot of gold for a pickpocket to suddenly obtain. But that's why a lot of people put their money into banks or storage or whatever. Like, it's still not a great idea to put everything in your coin pouch, but you can, and there's no worry about, like, how much it weighs or how long it'll... Like, the only worry is thieves. Or murder. Like, if you die, they can just take it all. But, you know...
That's a different issue.
Yeah. You got more problems.
Beyond illegal actions, you could store any weight value of money and it would be weightless.
Very cool. That would have been interesting if she just conjured, like, how many of us? 100,000 gold, and it just, like, the ship went down 2 feet, but that also works.
Is that the reward you guys would like?
I'm okay with that. I like money.
I like money. I need money. Pretty sure.
All right, then this will be quite
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Can we also throw in the stipulation that you will help us convince the Emperor to give us a dreadnought?
No.
Gosh, because of the Emperor comment I said, isn't it?
My assistance would be getting you the ability to even speak to the Emperor.
Well, okay, that's fair.
Very few people can stay within his audience, so even getting an audience is a drastic pulling of the strings.
Okay, that works then. I
All
just don't
right.
want to have to talk to the dude.
Then I will begin distribution of funds. And she will go between each of you and begin transferring some money to you. I believe, is it 10,000 per platinum plate of gold? I believe. Can you test this for me? Can you add 20,000 gold pieces to yourself using the coins 20,000 GP? Nice. And then can you do the command? Hang on. You do the command.
Oh, hold on.
Coin image, coin bet, alternate coin names, commands, add or remove default coin, plus or minus.
There we
Oh
go.
yeah, you gave it to Ayaka.
Yeah. Hey, at least I noticed it, right?
Yeah.
I could have sworn there was a command like condense, but I'm not seeing it on the list of options.
Maybe I could just try it.
Convert.
Should it be like coins condense?
Oh, compact. That's what it is. So coins space compact. I think. Is that it? No, that toggles compact mode, which will just change it to all be gold or not gold. Okay. Do coins compact again, and then do coins. Oh, it is convert. It is called convert. Okay. That'll uncompact and then do coins convert. And if you end up with 2 platinum plates, hey yo! So if everybody would like to add 2 PPL to themselves, to their funds, you may.
Coin plus 2 PPL.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
coins.
that's what I did, and we couldn't
Coin
afford it
space
apparently.
plus 2 PPL.
But yeah, why is it saying you can't afford it?
It's like it
Hold
wants
on,
to
open it.
spend that much.
All of you, open
Yeah.
up your coin pouch really quick.
Yeah. Weird.
And you're typing it out exactly like this.
No, coins.
Plus
Coin.
2.
Yeah,
PP,
that's
that's
exactly
what I
how they're
did.
doing it. Weird.
Okay, well, they could just do it the way I did it.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, that's way too much
20,000.
money.
Yeah, 20,000 GP then.
It looks prettier that way anyways. Like we're actually rich.
Hey, I am right.
And then
And then you can convert, or you don't have to, but you can.
I want to look rich.
Yeah, sure. But in the case of like in game, basically what she does is she literally reaches into a pocket and pulls out 2 platinum plates for each of you, and just hands over 2 platinum plates that you're able to put into your own coin purse.
Oh no, why is the stream dead? Is it my
No,
fault?
stream dead.
Is it that?
No.
No, it's just me, I think. My internet must be hurting because it keeps stuttering on Twitch.
Heck.
There's only
Mine
one way.
does too.
Oh, mine is.
It is a
mine's-
little. Oh,
yeah.
now it's good.
Don't worry, I'll test it.
Oh,
I
hydrate.
hydrated. Oh well, it keeps breaking for me, but
Hmm.
They give. Oh God! And you throw an apple at me, rude. Seems fine on. I can. If I need to, I can
It
turn
just
off.
keeps saying the video download is canceled. Please try again.
Video download.
What?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Fucking what? Well, it's fine either way. You don't really need to see the
Oh, there it
stream right
goes.
now, right? But you guys are all given 2 platinum plates each. And Rigel, your mom goes, so where you all headed next?
Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's think we're
Bad.
good with
Yeah, I need to go to bed.
1 HP. Oh yeah, she's like looking at you, Rigel, and goes, "Oh, and you look like shit." No,
Rude.
It's over.
You look like
Oh,
somebody
tough love,
shoved a
baby.
sword through your chest. No, you look like
Yeah,
you got hit by
something like that.
thousands of spines.
Uh-huh.
Rigel's going through all this conversation and looks like a porcupine with just tons of black spines all stuck in him. I'm fine.
No.
It's only it's but a flesh wound. Well,
Poor
are you all
guy.
planning on sleeping aboard this ship, or do you want to go to another location?
Do we want to go back to Fulmination Station?
Maya vigorously shakes her head yes.
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 No more water for the kitty.
Well, how's about this? What if we can give you a refreshing rest and then immediately teleport you for free?
Ooh.
Give you a little bit of time before you get teleported. Basically, you'll make a short rest aboard your ship, and then we will teleport you, and it'll be as if you took a long rest, and you'll be able to enjoy the rest of your day.
Ooh.
See? Nice. Can you teleport my entire crew? Like everyone on board the ship?
You want everybody to go?
Oh wait, are they coming with us? Do they live with us now? Are they being kidnapped? Do they know they're coming?
They don't need to know. They're part of the crew. They just go where I go.
Part of the crew, part of the ship.
Exactly.
Suddenly,
Part
Lyra
of-
learns how to. Suddenly, Lyra learns how to desummon the ship with the crew on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
If I
jeez.
could pocket these guys away, that'd be amazing.
If you would like,
Portable
we
crew.
can.
I just want to give them also a break, and then maybe show them the house.
Can be arranged.
They have enough floor space, right? They don't need to sleep in beds.
You also
I
have
mean,
a
we can
barracks.
probably get House to make a bed. Oh yeah, there's that too.
Yeah,
What?
Melinda's group has a military barracks now, probably built up while
Oh,
you guys were
yeah.
gone. And there's an entire
Yeah.
city that they can go and hang out in, filled with a bunch of people. Like,
So really, it's never a problem. We can always accommodate a small town.
yeah, like, if you bring all those people, you could just be like, hey, allow them to stay at the inn under my authority, right? Like, you guys are lords of Host, technically speaking. Rigel is the named one, but you all are, like, the heroes of that region. So, like, if you bring a crew, as long as they aren't rowdy or a pain in the... rowdy is fine, actually. But as long as they aren't, you know, bad for the city, and even then, they'd be new information, new stuff for the community to learn about. So, like... odds are they can stay for free and just do like normal stuff for the duration of you guys staying at the Fulmination Station until you guys decide to go sailing again. If that's what you'd like.
Yes.
All right. Then what we'll do is we'll skip ahead a little bit. We'll assume, unless you guys have other questions for Rigel's ma'am.
Ma'am.
I
Ma'am.
have
Ma'am.
questions, but I don't want to ask them because I feel like she's going to judge me more.
Wait, she's not already?
Do
Exactly. I need her to not judge me more so than she already is.
You have
You
questions?
mean it's
can
not
ask
already
them.
at rock bottom?
Oh, there's never a rock bottom. Absolutely not. You can go deeper than hell itself in this place, I'm sure.
There's several layers of hell.
It's true.
I think we're only maybe midway through those layers, so we're good. We got a few more to go.
But if there is no other RP that you guys want to do before, you are all able to get a long rest and be teleported home to the Fulmination Station.
Hey, yo.
I've ever done a long rest faster in my life.
That feels good.
Wait, it didn't
That's
keep
fine.
saying that I said. Hang on.
Jesus. That was like real bottom of the barrel almost. I don't think I've ever seen Rigel almost die that much.
That much.
Like there's been close calls, but I feel like spell and HP wise, it was a little close for comfort. I don't like it.
So, you all are able to get your long rest. You are all able to also actually, if you guys want to do that again, do the command update. Everybody other than Lyra, you're the only one that doesn't particularly need to do update.
What if I want to do it?
But if you do update and then long rest again, it'll give you back the hit points.
Oh, got it.
Because the hit points that you gained for leveling up will be
Hey.
added back to you. There you go. Heck yeah.
And my one level 5 slot. Oh.
And then for
let's go.
and then for everybody, if you would like to do the command level as well.
Can I just not?
Which should change around some of your custom stuff, hopefully. Doesn't look. Hang on. Is there a different command for that? There's a thing that should update your, not just your hit dice. 8, 9, 13, 14. Oh, it must have done it because Melinda has 14 hit dice now, which is correct for being level 12. So hopefully it also updated your whatchamacallit? Thingamawitzer. What's it?
The thingy.
Leadership dice. That's the word I'm looking for. Because you got more leadership dice when you leveled up.
Is that
I
on
can
her
get that.
CC?
Yeah. If you do CC,
Should be.
it should just show.
Yep, she has more.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Ah,
You could just immediately tell based off the fact that it was so much bigger.
yeah.
Yep. And Kaliana has 5. Correct. Yep, that should be
Yep.
correct. Fantastic. All right, cool. I know Kaliana was at like 3 or something previously.
Yeah.
Because
For me, I
we
needed
forgot
to check.
to.
And for me, I needed to check if the healing went away, and then I got my fighter counters.
Yeah. Yep. Action surge and second wind. You don't have any. You just wanted to get. Makes sense. Yeah. So you guys, after having a long rest, so you feel nice and refreshed. Basically, all of you get to take sort of an elven long rest. All of you take, a maximum of like 4 hours. And you're able to all feel nice and ready to go and good to go. And then you tell the crew, hey, all of you are going to come with us to this place. And the crew is like, okay. Gunnar and Alessandro, and Jiro, however, as well as the paladin dude, are like, the paladin's probably part of the okay group, but Alessandro and Gunnar are like, ooh, okay, cool, yeah, let's do it.
I was gonna say, if they say no, I'm gonna freaking fire them and then rehire them.
And Jiro's
and
probably
Jiro-
interested in what he can research there.
Yeah, Jiro's also pretty interested because he's like, all right, cool, where we going? You guys can decide
Oh,
to
yeah,
inform
we're
them or not. But
Also, you have to get off the ship because it's gonna get disintegrated. So but you have no choice.
the mage who was with Rigel's mom teleports everybody after that fact. Using a spell that sort of creates it's like teleportation circle, except it seems to almost jump from target to target instead of being a circle you all run into. He begins to cast it, and then it looks like he's targeting Lyra first, but as he targets Lyra, you see as little bits of energy sort of detach from Lyra and then attach to somebody else and then attach to somebody else and then to somebody else, and then it sort of cascades through the entire crowd here, all of your crew members. And then it looks as if Lyra gets ripped up into the sky as everybody just gets teleported at the same time, sort of dragged behind.
He's like Thanosing us away.
And you all land in front of the Fulmination Station. A good old mass teleportation. You are able
Nice
to see.
alliteration.
You're able to see a few things. One.
It's gone.
Yeah, 1. There is no Fulmination Station. The entire place is level. No. 1. A complete, not makeshift barracks has been built off to the side of your large fortress. And there seems to be a few different buildings and bunk barracks, as well as some of the structure of the fortress itself has grown out a bit, as if it has sort of evolved or moved or added bits and pieces to itself. There is no map for this though, so I apologize. But it has grown a bit. There are more rooms within the fortress now. It's not a castle yet, but it is bigger. The gate is down, and to sort of be there for your arrival, Mudrik is guarding the front gate. You guys can see that your carriage. You guys can see that your carriage is inside the fortress, so he did make it back home with your guys' carriage. As well as your butler gentleman, your sort of head of house, is there as well, and seems to have some snacks prepared on a little tray he's holding and waiting for you guys. And then they see that the fact that like a crowd appeared with you guys, and he's like, "Oh, should I have prepared more?"
It's fine. We'll
Eh.
they'll be
They
okay.
can find their own.
Perhaps your friends would like to go into town.
Yeah, we'll send them in.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna give them some spending money. Do I need to do that? I think I'm responsible for them, right? So
Alessandro sort of looks over at you and goes, "Don't worry about it. You're fine. They got plenty.
okay, yeah, yeah.
They all got paid and or made an agreement before joining the crew. You're fine. They will eventually need to be paid, but today is not that day. They'll be fine."
Cool, because I got plans for this nesting, and it's
Alright.
in the shape of more ships.
Gunnar and Alessandro do sort of look at you and go, "Should we come in with you, or should we go see the town with the rest of the crew?"
No, come inside.
Okay.
Look at our house.
Mhm.
All right. You guys are able to enter the fortress that is the Fulmination Station. In the courtyard, you are able to see a familiar face, who is currently sparring against the werewolf lady you guys had hired before. He is using a great sword of some kind and is wearing very like bronzed scaled armor, dark skin. I say dark skin, tanned skin, pitch black hair, and almost seafoam colored eyes of Rourke is currently sparring with the werewolf lady.
She's going to wait in the shadows until he's done sparring.
Sure. You are able to see that other members of your crew are also about. So you also see. Let me look through your stuff. You see the raven form of Nona, and you see the dark elf male druid friend of Dezern. Dezern seems to be missing an arm, but instead of an arm has a bunch of plant growth coming out of it. So like it's a fake arm now, made out of plants and bits and bobs. But yeah, you're able to see a couple of your other companions. Also, there's a tiefling here who you had seen in the vision as being one of their like additions as they were traveling to hunt down the yellow monsters. And the tiefling gentleman is just sort of like chilling off to the side, playing on an instrument.
Are any of our Discern or Nona near Rourke right now?
Yeah, they would be chilling in the courtyard, but they're not doing any of the like sparring stuff, right? Discern is currently working on chiseling like pieces of stone. He's like sculpting stuff. And Nona is just like chilling. She's got her like winged arms just like out in the open and like just sunbathing or attempting to sunbathe in the nighttime, as it is eternal night here. So she's just like staring up into the moon, arms wide open, and being a raven, it's just this like dark fluff of bird on the ground staring up.
Yes.
Yay!
Okay. So I think Mai will pounce on Nona and like
Sure.
hush her for a second, but then nuzzle her.
Sure. You believe to be stealthy. How stealthy are you going to be? Roll me a stealth check.
So 22.
Okay, you do indeed catch her off guard as you jump upon Nona, who is like startled for a moment and then sees the cat girl and will sort of wrap her like winged arms around you for a moment and go like, "How are you? You are good, yes?"
Oh.
Mai's gonna nod vigorously and then hold a finger up to her lips for a second and look back towards Rourke.
Ah, you don't want him to know. This is fine. This is fine. You have gotten good at stealth.
I've had a lot of practice.
Wonderful. Still working with whispers, yes?
Uh-huh.
Good, good, good. Very happy to hear. And looks over towards Dezern, who is not paying attention and is sculpting something, and so she pulls out her dagger, but like still in the sheath, and just fucking yeets it at Dezern,
Oh my God.
who just gets like pummeled by a sudden dagger out of nowhere, and kind of reacts. Like, you've known him to be like the stone druid, right? His ability to shapeshift and turn into this stone creature is like his selling point, and he's always been kind of immune to damage. So as he gets hit, for a second you're kind of imagining he's not gonna understand that he just got hit by something, but then he does like turn to look at you. And his eyes go a little bit wide as he stands up. He's a little bit slower than expected.
Mai's
Than you're
gonna
used
turn
to.
and put her finger up to her lip again to like, don't say anything.
He sort of gives a bit of a nod, but then will approach and go, "It's good to see you're fine."
Mai's gonna stand up and give him a big old hug too.
As you do so, the like plant like arm also sort of wraps around a little bit, and he sort of pats you on the back and goes, "You're a good kid. I'm glad to know that you made it out just fine, and you have good friends as well."
I mean, I wouldn't have made it out with your guys' help.
I'm sure things would have turned out just fine. We made it, with Rourke being only slightly injured, and myself only losing an arm. It was not that bad.
I'm just glad you guys are alright.
I am glad you are. And now we wait for him to finish. I am not so good with the stealth, so I will walk back to do what I was doing before. It's good to see you. And he will turn and walk back over to his seat, sit back down, and once again begin to mess with his piece of stone. He seems to be carving something. Based on what you've seen him carve before, it's probably something nature-based. It's probably going to end up being like a tree or like a plant or flower of some kind. He is a very druidy druid. He's just extra good with stone. And while you wait for Rourke, what's everybody else doing? Let's go down the line. You guys have returned home. Kaliana, what are you doing?
Me,
Yeah, seeing as you got back, I thought you would be an easy target to just, put in the spotlight. No, I mean, what?
I mean, I could go to my imaginary world, I guess.
Sure. You're gonna take some time to do that. You can actually go into your carriage and like physically go there now too, because you guys are back with your
yeah.
carriage.
Yeah, I'll physically go there, I guess.
Fantastic. As you physically go there, you're able to see that a large and vibrant purple tree has sort of created a canopy over the top of your world now. Influenced by decisions you have made. And it sort of encompasses everything. And plant growth has begun to be much more vibrant. And many of the echoes come over to you, many of the individuals who are here in the world go, things have changed. We can grow more and faster. We still need outside sources, but, and they gesture towards a bunch of stuff they've been doing. From the previous things you had given them, they were able to make things like alcohol, and so they have made more. But they've also begun production of much more elaborate things, much more like pastries and breads and foods and a bunch of other things that could be taken back into your normal world and be used or sold or enjoyed by everybody.
That's what I'm doing.
And you can begin to collect up a bunch of stuff so you can take it into the normal world. Perhaps hand it off to all your friends as they had begun their work and what not. Lyra. Actually, you know what? Let's skip Lyra for now. We'll go to Lyra last. And we'll go over to Melinda.
It's me.
What are you doing when you arrive home for the first time?
I'm freaking checking out that barracks.
Heck,
I'm making sure everyone's spick and span, all their shit's in the right place, and everything's picked up and orderly.
Not a damn one. No, I'm just kidding. Oh,
What? I'm gonna whip these people into shape.
So, as you head to the barracks, you see a few things. One, you see a quartermaster's office, which does indeed have one of your friends there. But then you notice not just them, but all of them are here. Even the ones who said they were going to stay in the Feywild are here instead.
What happened?
Yeah, and as soon as they see you, they all sort of get together and walk over to you. Belladonna looks over and goes, it's a shit show. So you know how we were going to use the Betty Circle to go back and forth?
Yes.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really exist anymore.
What do you mean it doesn't exist? Oh, did they catch it?
Not who we thought would. As it turns out, the Court of Shadows decided to show up.
Oh, shit.
And they are currently stopping all travel between the Feywild and specifically the Tree of Seasons area and literally everything else. So, we're a bit fucked.
Yeah. Okay, what other reconnaissance have we done? What do we know what they're after? Do we know? What do you know? Tell me everything.
Yeah, at which point Rosie walks over and goes, right. So, to put it bluntly, what we do know includes something that we are fairly certain you're a part of. We had that conversation before. The fight that is going on, as refereed by the tree itself, turns out members who were chosen as a part of that fight were individuals who had already been abducted by the Court of Shadows. And the Court of Shadows has since, as is their usual MO, brainwashed said individuals and is now sieging the Tree of Seasons and the entire city. With the intent of using their brainwashed individuals as the victor to this fight. So it's completely possible now that the winner of whatever that fight is, whatever their end reward is, might be Court of Shadows backed and brainwashed.
Amazing.
Yeah. In other news, Autumn and Winter have stopped being at each other's throats. Because they now have to protect the city
they're-
from a siege.
Well, that's shocking and good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's that bad. Okay. Got it. If I didn't think it was bad already, that seals it.
Yeah. As soon as we're able to find a way, probably need to join in on that fight and make sure that the Court of Shadows doesn't get their way.
Mhm. How are all of the courts doing? Have we found
Spring is still locked away,
mhm.
mostly. Members of
Okay.
the Spring Court seem to be assisting other portions of the walls now, so at least they're being helpful, but the district itself is still closed off to other seasons. Summer, the Archfey, is missing still, and has not yet shown back up.
Okay.
Winter and Autumn have taken to assisting in the defense of the city.
Okay.
Summer's troops are still assisting. They're being guided by their freaking people. Hang on. What is the name of their what is the freaking name of the goddamn thing?
I'm frantically trying to pull up the OneNote just so that way I get things right when I'm talking.
There we go. The Scepters are assisting in making sure the Summer Court is defending the city and helping out. And any members of those courts who were vying for the position or reward of the tree are, generally speaking, working together for the time being.
Mhm.
But there are stories of quick backstabs happening in dark alleys still.
Okay.
Even for people who are not aligned with the Court of Shadows. So, it's not looking great.
Yeah. I agree. We definitely need to get into this fight, but I need to tell my group and let them know what's going on and let them know that we need to leave. I don't know if they'll honestly they'll probably come with us because they've been so raring to go to the Feywild, but I should ask them anyways.
Yes.
Of course. We'll bring
Okay.
as much of the crew as we can with us and hopefully assist in the defense of the tree.
Yeah. Okay. Sit tight. Give us about an hour for everyone who's coming to get their stuff ready and
You're welcome
at least relax.
to take longer than that.
Okay.
The
Okay. Thank you.
siege,
Thank you.
the siege started, but the city could last for months during a siege, so we're fine. You can take as much time as you need. If you need to do things, collect things, whatever, go right ahead. We'll be here waiting, and all of us are being trained up properly, and like gestures out, and you see the other Fey members of your mercenary crew are indeed still like sparring, training, making sure they're well geared. Everybody's doing the standard like preparing for service type thing.
Yeah.
But there's no rush. The city's not going to fall in a day. The basic supplies will last theoretically forever because food is grown in the city, all that stuff. The problem is more the backstabbing in back alleys and the fact that if the siege continues, even for our seemingly endless Fey lives, eventually they're going to break through if they keep, doing what they're doing. But you have time if you need to collect things. Like, a decent amount of time. We don't enter emergency situation for at least a month.
Alright. And you're sure about that intel?
Yes.
Okay.
No members of the Court of Shadows are currently in the city that have not already been caught, as far as we know.
That's Rosie
attempts-
saying that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Attempts at
trust
sabotage
you.
have been made, but we should be okay. At which point,
Okay.
Benji also speaks up and goes, "It's true, most things are grown there, and forges are in the city. I'd say they have a couple of months at least, not just one. Supplies ain't gonna just disappear."
Mm. Alrighty. I'll trust you guys. I've seen some crazy shit since I left, but that's hopefully none of that is there.
No worries. Rigel, what were you doing?
Alright.
Also, I should probably put my AC in, so give me a second. Let's take a little quick break here so I can put my AC in because I'm boiling alive in my room.
No.
No.
Pardon.
Cortland, because I'm pretty sure you can still hear me. When everyone's done with their stuff, I'm gonna bring whoever's willing to help explain stuff with me back to the group when we're done. Also, he didn't turn on his AFK model? What the frick?
I can't see anything because
His-
there's ads.
No.
Yes.
He didn't turn on his brand new AFK model? Rude.
Is it just a block?
No, he looks dead, and it's got his crown turns into a sign that just says AFK.
Oh.
He ain't got no lights.
No linky lights?
No, he ain't got no blinky lights. And I'm mad about it because I haven't seen it in action yet. I've only seen the picture. Bro.
Oh man.
Yeah, I want to make a better AFK. I just have a sticky note that gets put on my forehead that says BRB.
You like the one that I changed it to?
Yeah! There you go. Now you can see it.
I like the idea of the sticky note, just like, I put effort into this. Now enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
sorry.
you can pull it up really quick. It cracks me up a little bit.
Goodness gracious. Take a drink of water. Mm. Oh, it is damn hot in my room. Holy bejesus.
Almost
I'm
like
gonna
my
die.
GIF.
I'm gonna freaking die in here.
Please don't die until game is over.
Gonna freaking die in here. Yeah, until the game is over. I'm fine to die after the game. Got it. Understood.
Yes.
So that could be years from now.
Mhm. Blood to cool down.
Here.
Delicious. Thank you for the blood.
Eh?
Okay, back to what I was saying before. Hey, Rigel, what would you like to be doing?
I gonna check in. See if I got any messages. Check how my shops are doing. If anything weird happened, and then talk to Alistair. See how he's doing. See if anyone important died. How the war is going. How the
Sure.
weird vampire stuff is going.
Yeah. So, upon heading into town, there are a few changes to the city and to the town. One, there are 3 very large statues outside, sort of at like the edge of the city on one side. Like giants, basically. 2, there seems to be a cleanup of some kind occurring. as you see, a lot of the road is, instead of the normal dirt and rock and that sort of stuff, you can see that it's sort of gray and ashy now. And as you go to check in, everybody lets you into Alistair's castle without any problems. It is still filled with servants of many different types you know to be the sort of ghosts that have endless servitude, but do so willingly. You're able to see by his side are the two vampire lords, the vampire knights, of which Mudrik was once a part of. And Alistair looks at you and goes, "Ah, are you all back?
Yeah, we just got back.
Was it a good adventure?"
Oh my god. Was it ever? It was a
Oh,
lot. I almost died at least twice.
Well, a few things have occurred while you have been gone. House Mauer had decided to attack us directly. They somehow made it through the cursed forest and assaulted the city. Luckily, the mage known as Graham was here and built those large statues you probably saw, who fought for us, as well as the community and many of the refugees who had ended up here. Not only did we win this fight, but with the assistance of Bloodrose in retaliation, the previous head of Mauer is gone. House Mauer effectively is in a state of regency. A regency where we will be able to decide who takes over of the bloodline. I apologize if you perhaps thought that maybe you would take such a place, but
Oh god, no.
of the Mauer bloodline, we will determine who will take over and who is aligned properly with the attempted new guardians of Anostra. Beyond that, the church, with its perhaps mad angel at this point, has also begun attacks, but more probing in nature, and not against us, for they are to the north. So looking at the map, Paradim is sort of the center of the humans and mayors and that sort of stuff. They have been sending out, to put it politely, we'll call them inquisitions of anti-vampire troops and anti-werewolf troops, but has, as of yet, not actually broken either of the houses, vampiric houses that are currently ruling those other regions. So, conflict continues, the civil war continues. Your mercenary friends have been helpful, and also assisted in the defense of the city. But, as always, this war is not necessarily yours. And as we are winning, your position is secure as rulers of the fortress.
Well, we live here. So, if you need our help, don't hesitate to ask.
Of course. If we have the need of it, we will ask for assistance. Luckily, we are in close proximity to House Bloodrose, who has decided to become more active in her role of bringing this civil war to an end. But we shall see how that turns out. So yeah, Rigel, you learn of the basic situation in the Civil War. How it's currently going so far. You also learn that obviously House Bloodrose is going to start taking a more active role, so it's possible that Civil War is going to start moving a little bit faster in the favor of the Guardians, most likely, unless Bloodrose decides otherwise. But we'll see when we get to that.
Sus.
We'll see what happens when we get to that. Bloodrose could only possibly be good, right? Right?
Hmm.
She seems
Right,
pretty chill.
guys? She's an immortal who has no morals when it comes to the
Just
the rules
doing
of
it for the
mortals.
lols. It's fine.
Lyra will always say she's good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she seems pretty chill. She hasn't killed us yet.
As she goes after her puppet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. What's gonna happen to Lyra's girlfriend when it's being held above her head? Oh,
Look, we're both adults. We make our own decisions.
That being said, Lyra, what are you doing?
I'm giving a house tour and
Mhm,
showing them house
mhm.
and asking house to kind of goopy show off a little bit
Sure.
to Alice and Gunner. And
Yeah.
when when we're in a sort of secluded area, I'll probably have a little conversation about the possibility of permanently making a crew on the seas.
Of course. They are, of course, for it because, of course, they are. They're fine continuing sailing. Gunner basically tells you, yes, as long as I'm the gunnery master and don't have to actually do any like boarding activities. And he sort of like looks at his missing limbs.
Yeah, well, we can hopefully hire somebody to do that for us. Poor guy.
But if you need people to train to shoot cannons and maybe give me one of the cannons to shoot and make me cannon master, yeah, for sure. I'll be a crew again. Sounds good. And Aless is like, yeah, of course. A quartermaster. I'll manage all the crew's funds and incomes. Make sure that you're giving them their due, and yet they're not taking too much from you. They would totally be ready for. Oh yeah, the druid. Probably came with. I'd say
Is he still alive?
yeah, I'd say Zinnian then is also here. I
Zinnian?
forgot.
Yeah,
It
he's
just came to my head, like, you're talking about those two. Wait,
Yeah.
they fucking transformed into a fish to cross over the water to get to us.
Yeah. So yes, Zinnian
Yeah.
would be here as well on the tour.
I mean, it's kind of fitting for his character. He kind of just literally goes with the flow. That's how it works out.
Yeah, he's just like, sounds good.
And maybe also getting Quika back, but I don't know about her. She sounds like she wants to go and retire, but
They all look at each other and go, she's not retiring. She's her own captain in the Southern Seas now.
oh, maybe we can open trade routes. That sounds exciting.
Yeah, when she took a ship, and by that I mean she took a ship and is currently sailing in the oceans around Atronia. So like, probably still pirating / privateering, just south.
Perfect. We can extend our regions and we can make oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the word for we can make chains, like pirate chains, like restaurants.
Franchises. You're gonna have a
Franchise?
franchise.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's the word.
Hey guys, come check out my pirate franchise. Don't forget to leave a good review on Yelp as you kick people off into the ocean.
Oh,
Don't
I
forget to review
that
our
would
pirating, and like 1 star is the best. Um,
oh my god. We only accept horrible messages, not any good ones.
I'm just
The worse the
imagining
better.
5 stars. It's like these people were the worst. They were horrible. They killed my entire family and kicked me off as like what is that called when you're like they kicked me off to send a message. 5 stars, perfect pirates. No.
Oh, that would be kind of legit.
But you can
So,
certainly try.
yeah, I think we'll try it.
During
So
so because you're the only one who decided to tour the house, everybody else sort of went to go do their own things or out to other locations. Like Mai's waiting in the courtyard. Kaliana immediately went like into Realm to sort of like determine the inner peace, as it were, and bring a bunch of alcohol out to the real world. Uh, Melinda immediately curveballed over into the garrison area, into the barracks area, and then Rigel just did like a 180 and walked over to the castle instead. As the only one who's touring the house, you see the same individuals who you guys had hired. So the butler gentleman who had given you guys some refreshers, some snacks. Out in the courtyard, you saw the werewolf lady. There's the maid woman and her daughter are still like working on things. It seems like the daughter has gotten very good at keeping track of things, and actually like doing some of the work now. But beyond that, in one of the other rooms, specifically in like the dining room, sitting at the table, you see another young girl who you hadn't seen before.
oh, what child is
A child.
Yeah.
this? No. I guess I'll greet her and be like, "This is a new face. I don't know this one. Are you the child of one of our tenants?"
She looks up at you, and you recognize the eyes immediately.
Oh God.
She is of blackish hair, almost ash-like, with an underlying tone of red, and she has a few scales on her face.
Oh,
It seems as though the young dragon you know, Shadrinth,
Oh,
she was
hey.
doing-
has access to a human form.
Aw.
Congratulations!
And as she looks up at you and you say this, she goes, "Yeah, fuck you too." And turns and looks back down to eat some more food.
That's my girl, except not really my girl.
My
Praise Gertie.
girl, my girl.
Praise Gertie, you're Kaliana's kid. Great attitude for sailing. How do you feel about being a pirate, Shadron?
Squints and goes, "I don't like water very much, so no."
So you're like Kaliana and Mai's child.
They seem to feed me freely here, so... And I don't know why, because I'm kind of mean to everybody, but everybody's nice to me. It's really off-putting, actually.
Well, we saw your dad.
Gross.
No.
Same.
Caldecrit.
And the fight
Caldecrit.
begins.
Caldecrit is not and will never be my father. Thank you very much.
You kind of, okay, well, all right. Biological birth giver. Is that better?
I guess?
Maybe this is a good place for you. It'll help you learn how to deal with people.
Yes, I've learned I can be rude to all of them, and they for some reason still serve me. It's quite nice.
Oh, just like that. You really are my child. No, I'm joking. Am I? So,
Also, there's an
well,
odd amount of dragons around here, and it's also kind of weird. Like, do you all just
I mean,
attract dragons?
hey, I'm more of a sea serpent kind of gal, so I can't tell you. Ask your adoptive parents who like to fight over you constantly.
Right. Will do. Now
They're
I'm eating
outside if you
food, you
want to
can
go.
go.
Oh my fucking god. Well, if you feel like sailing, let me know. But I'm just gonna
No,
leave.
please do.
Little asshole.
Bye-bye. And, like, waves to you as you leave.
Fucking roasted.
Jesus.
Yeah, apparently she has obtained, some way, shape, or form, a humanoid form. But it matches how young she is, so it's like she's a child who can speak.
That is a teenager. That is not a child. That's a whole different spawn.
But then you are able to
Which is
continue
mean,
your
sure.
tour and show it to your crew members. At which point, we roll back to who started. Hey, Mai. Rourke
no.
finishes sparring with the werewolf lady and sort of gives them a nod and a handshake, the whole, like, you know, combat handshake where they reach for each other's wrists or like their arms and they give like the full shake. Like, hey, that was a good spar. And they'll sort of just take a moment to take a breath as she walks off.
The second she starts walking off, Maya's going to immediately jump to like try to tackle him to the ground.
Sure. Roll another stealth for me. Oh, pfft. Actually, you probably don't even have to. He's
I
not
should do
paying
it anyway.
attention. Yeah, he's not paying attention. He's busy, taking a breath after fighting as he sort of like puts his hands on his sides, and then out of nowhere, blam! Cat hits him, and he doesn't fucking move as a cat just sticks to him real quick. And he like looks down and goes, "Well, if it isn't," and just bear hugs you. Just like if he was using strength, would crush you to bits, but it just like gives you a hug and goes, "Well, how have you been?"
I'm still alive.
That's a plus. It'd be really hard to find you if we had to go to whatever heaven it is picks you up.
Oh, that's kind of rude.
I'm just stating the truth. I don't know where rogues go when they die.
I don't know either.
But we'd go there just to see you again, huh?
Well, that's comforting.
How have you been? I saw some of your adventures. And he pauses for a moment and looks at you and goes, smell a different dragon on you, which is disconcerting, but you have a bunch of dragons around you at all times, and sort of looks back in the direction of the castle / where Rigel was at one point as well, as he still smells the lingering of a blue dragon.
Yeah, there's a lot of dragons around me.
Yeah. A lot. Also, did you know chromatic dragons can apparently get human forms early for some reason? I thought they never did
Wait,
that.
what?
Yeah, the little I think she's a red dragon but looks black dragony.
Daedrin?
Yeah, that one. Real feisty little monster. I've been trying to stay away from her because apparently she doesn't like me, but also seems fine with everybody's presence. She's weird. Yeah, apparently she's learned how to take human form, and I'm pretty sure metallic dragons, such as myself, are the only ones who's supposed to have human forms that early on, so that seems a bit odd to me.
Tsundere powers.
Well, I don't think she was made in a normal manner, so
It makes sense. Her whole ashen scale look is, well, it's kind of cool, to be honest, but also definitely not a normal red dragon.
Jealous.
But either way, it's wonderful to see you.
her tail is still wagging like furiously.
I do have to ask you a question, though. What deal have you made with that red dragon?
Rip.
Uh-oh. Bad dad lecture.
Well,
Dad lecture. Dad lecture.
Specifically, what do you mean? Because there's currently a pact between us.
and which one is that again? Dragon's name?
Geldicrit?
He pauses for a moment, just lifts his head and goes, not the worst option, I guess.
Mai's gonna tilt her head to the side in a questioning look.
Oh, certain dragons have made a name for themselves about everywhere, right? Dragons you learn about, like, myths of heroes and villains. Caldicrid has earned his old age by being something of an oddity. He still holds the nature of a red dragon and is what many would call morally bankrupt. But as long as he continues to gain new knowledge, information, and collect books, he's mostly harmless. Mostly. There are stories of entire nations that disappeared to have their libraries taken, but other than that, when he was younger, he seems to have calmed down in his older age. Still a red dragon, though, so be careful. Watch every word he says. In the end, he'll be looking out for himself first, and at best, you 100th. So be careful.
I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Good. Now, let's hang out. Let's have some conversations about normal stuff, and you tell me about your adventures.
Okay.
Sweet.
Maybe
and,
I can have you meet the rest of my group.
He sort of pauses and goes, Right, I have to actually meet them. Do they know I'm a dragon?
Sort of.
Alright, that'll make this easier.
Yeah.
And he will sort of take you to the crew slash talk with you, and you'll notice that like everybody kind of split up for the time being. But everybody will eventually meet back up, probably for like a dinner or something. You know, everybody hangs out and could have conversations about plans for the future. What the next step is.
I think first Mai would probably ask him who the musician is.
Oh, yes. Technically he's a warlock. He just knows how to play instruments. Apparently he used to do it and can do it. It doesn't matter. He is a Pact of the Celestial. He joined us after our injuries, so we got some decent healing from him. A healer warlock. Somebody bound to Celestial Pact. Either an angel or something similar.
And Mai's gonna go over to him and bow deeply. Thank you for helping them.
He looks up and goes, yeah, not a problem. You are the friend we were coming to meet, right?
Uh-huh.
Wonderful. Do you own this fortress?
Not me specifically, but our group.
Damn. Are you hiring?
That would
Hiring,
be
you
a
say?
discussion with our group, but what were you thinking about?
Literally anything. Preferably something to deal with the fact that I, can heal people, and do that kind of stuff, because it's what I'm decent at. But kind of anything. Hireling. I don't want to join that. And like gestures in the direction of the garrison, but like,
Oh.
hang out, heal your friends. Whenever you come home, be like the priest prepared to give you blessings. That kind of shit.
Blessings
Um,
upon you. Blessings
I
upon your
am
power.
tied to a celestial after all. Which basically means I can cast a lot of healing magic, and that's about it.
Well, it definitely sounds intriguing, and I'm sure my party would like to at least hear about it.
Wonderful.
And I looks at Rorik like, is this okay with you too?
Yeah, Rogue just sort of like shrugs. Like, he joined the party as help, and we've been paying him as a part of our thing, but like, if he wants to stop and do other things, that's fine. Like, independent, everybody's an adventurer in the group.
Alright, then she'll go with them and discuss her adventures until everybody gathers up.
Wonderful. All right. Is that everybody? Is that everybody? Is that everything everybody wished to do before meeting back up and having conversations amongst yourselves as to the future of what you're going to do?
I wanted to give Shay a hug.
You want to give Shay a hug? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Sorry, you're a bit quiet for some reason on my end.
Oh, sorry. That was me being quiet.
Ah,
You're
there we
shy.
go. Okay. Yes, sure. Eventually, as you finish with your little thing and like bring out some more goodies from your special world, you do find her and see her in human form, and immediately you know that that's the dragon. You know that that's Shaydrinth.
My little girl. And I go and give her a hug. Oh, you doing, Jabba? I missed you so much.
Immediately, she like hunches her shoulders and like scrunches down as you're hugging her, and she goes, "Why are you people like this?"
I just do the cheek rub thing.
You feel the soft scales on your cheek, as she has a patchwork of scales on her humanoid cheek. Mm-hmm. Yup. Okay.
Thank you for indulging me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's painful.
Oh, did you say something?
No, I just said she sounds like she's in pain. Sounds so
Oh,
painful.
yeah. Yep. Effectively. But yeah, you are able to do so, and eventually everybody meets back up for some dinner.
Oh wait, I gotta check my mail and send out mail.
Oh, right. Bring over here. What exactly are you looking for? Are you requesting like the half season pay, or are you just checking in to see how things are going?
Oh, just check it in, telling them we're back now. So they could just come here if they need something urgent.
All right. Yes, you are able to learn that your upgrades have been finished. They were able to get the butchery up and set. Little expansion to their little dock section has finished as well. It seems as if they are a proper tier 2 establishment now. Tier 2? Tier 2. I think it's tier 2.
Two.
as well as they've begun work on some extra possible upgrades, but currently don't have the funding to begin those upgrades as of yet. And should you wish to request a portion of the pay, they can of course send it whenever you would like it. Yeah, it seems as if everything is going decently. Nobody has died and nobody has been taken over yet.
Oh, good. Also, where did that
Yet.
go?
Because I have to kill them tomorrow when you guys aren't ready for it. No, what?
No. Charles, that's who it was. Tell them to keep a lookout for any areas that would be a good base for expansions.
Sure. That can be done. They can look for other possible establishment locations, basically. If that's what you're attempting to look for.
Yeah.
It can be done. I've been quacked at. Rude. And I've been hydrated. Oh god damn it. Rogman's just using all her points. Hang on. Oh, and blood godded.
Time.
Rude. And blurred. Oh my god, all these things.
It's time.
Freaking
Just
Rogman
wasted 2,000 points there. You're
throwing all
welcome.
over. Too many damn apples. What the fuck kind of bullshit? However, after that point, everybody is able to pull themselves back together. Everybody meets up for dinner, as it were. And you guys are able to see all the crew that has arrived here. You're able to see Rorik and his little adventuring crew hanging out. Everybody gets to see Shadrinth now in human form, as well as the sort of growth of the daughter of the maid, as she is assisting in bringing out, like foods and drinks and whatnot. It seems as if a pre-preparation must have occurred for everybody arriving, because there is plenty of food and drink and a fully prepared sort of feast prepared for you all. And you all are together again. What would you like to do? Who would you like to talk to about what, and or what future plans would you guys like to make?
I want to talk to Shadrinth.
Sure. What you talking about? She's very much ignoring everybody.
What the heck? She is. Just be like, hey, that's pretty neat.
Looks over at you, looks at her food, and goes, "It's fine."
Just fine.
Yeah, it tastes
What else can
fine.
you do?
Oh, you meant the...
No,
and she
no.
gestures at herself.
Yeah, the whole you got going on there, just vaguely waves at her whole self.
Sorry, I thought you were being stupid like usual. I don't know.
Wow.
She needs behavioral therapy.
Damn.
I don't know. And it's actually weird because I thought only Chromatics could do this, and then it just sort of happens to me, and I don't know if I like it or not, but it's super useful for interacting with all the servants you have and gestures at everybody else.
They're very helpful.
Right?
But
Mm-hmm.
maybe don't be a dick to everyone.
She sort of like squints her eyes and like puts her chin up and goes, but it's fun.
So is this, and I'll just flicker on the forehead and then go, but I don't do it all the time, do I?
Wow.
I guess. Doesn't mean I'm gonna change though, as she keeps eating her food.
This is fine. Are you? You gotta find out what you are.
Sorry, what did you say? You're gonna find out what?
You gotta find out what you are.
Ah, yes. I'll look back over and go, a dragon? Duh.
What kind of dragon? What other weird secrets do you got going on that we'll find out about?
I don't know.
This is why we gotta find out. Or do you just like being dumb all the time?
Once again, eyes squint. She goes, I could figure it out if I tried.
Oh, so you're just lazy.
As is my right. I can lay around and all of you can figure it out.
Oh, so you're lazy and useless.
Damn.
God damn.
This is
She
why
has
I'm a
begun to
better
ignore
mother.
you.
It's good cop, bad cop parenting over there. Caliana's on one side hugging, and then the other side is Rigel.
Good cop, bad cop.
Immediately, she just turns back to her food and begins to ignore you in your conversations. Who else would like to do something or talk with anybody?
Melinda is sitting at the end of the table, anxiously waiting for things
Oh,
in
yeah.
conversation to not.
I think
She
we
doesn't
could
want
go
to
ahead.
interrupt, but also has stuff.
I feel like Melinda should go first.
Sure.
Guys, I have some bad news. I'm gonna get up off of my teacup and start walking around the table. So there's, I don't know how much you guys know about this stuff, but there's like the Fey realm, and then there's like the Shadow realm kind of place. And then like those two places don't mix, and it's a bad time when they get together. And me, and I suspect Caliana, even though we're not entirely sure, but we kind of know, but we're not entirely sure. Anyways, our home is being invaded because of the shenanigans that are happening with me and the whole chaos of the tree. And so now the Shadow Realm place that I'm talking about is invading our home. And it's not great. I know that I need to go home just to see what's happening and what's going on and make sure that my family is safe.
Me too.
Okay, so that's one. I'm not asking you guys to come with me, but you certainly can if you want to. I know a couple of you, and I'm gonna look at Rigel, Lyra, and Galliana. I know that a couple of you have been wanting to go to the Feywild, but yeah, I'm not gonna make you go just because of this.
Mhm.
But I would like you to come.
Of course I'm gonna go. For my somewhat family.
But so Rosie can help explain in detail kind of what's happening, and I can help answer questions if you have questions. But that's what's going on. And then I'm just gonna go back and sit on my teacup.
So when do we leave?
Thanks, guys. I think Rosie and Belladonna and oh crap, Ragma forgot his name. What was his name? You said. What did you say was speaking?
Benji.
Where's my Benji? Okay. Belladonna, Rosie, and Benji can all kind of help. They're the ones who kind of filled me in at what's happening right now. I wouldn't trust what Belladonna says, but Rosie and Benji are pretty trustworthy. And then I look over at Belladonna. She's here at the table. I just give her a smile.
She just gives like the like fake head bow. The like mm-hmm.
Benji also said that Benji and Rosa both said that we have some time, so it's not like super like we need to go right now, but like
The sooner the better.
rest time. Yeah, we can rest, but we should probably go soon. What say you guys? How long do you think we should chill out before we go?
One day.
1 hour.
Yeah.
Flips the coin. Right now.
30 minutes.
Look at the coin go.
Like, why are we even still here?
You do see Lyra's crew members sort of look at each other and go,
Yeah.
we're gonna go back to the Black Fleet, hopefully.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I think I'll take that as my cue. So, Melinda, as much as I would love to actually go to the Feywild because I've been wanting to go to the Feywild for a while, my crew needs me, and there's things that I'm not quite done setting up here yet. So,
Okay.
personally, I'll help you from this plane. But I think
Okay.
that for now, I'm gonna stay here. But I will
Okay.
give you a parting gift,
Ooh,
which is
I like gifts.
my love and adoration. That's all you
Oh.
You still owe me some circles, ma'am.
So yeah, I'm gonna work on my fleet, and I think in general, guys, it's been nice. But now that I've got my family back, I think I'm done for now. For now.
Whoa.
We're gonna miss you, Lyra.
Yeah.
That's okay. You'll always have my deep, deep compassion to hold you close at night or something. I don't know. I'm not giving away anything because I have nothing still, except for my ship,
And,
which I kind of need that to
and my
start
half
expanding my fleet.
ownership, my half ownership
Yeah.
of establishment that Rigel also half owns.
I will be maintaining the business while he's away.
Don't fuck it up.
Are you kidding? I am a master negotiator.
Okay.
Look, you're just gonna have to trust me, because what else you gotta do? It'll be here when you're back, I'm sure.
It better be, or I will find it.
Returned from the
Aw.
Feywild 10,000 years later. Lyra is dead and gone like 9,000 years ago. No, I'm just kidding.
Dig up her bones.
Hey, 1,000 years old is not bad. Hopefully by then it'll be like Lyra and Co. business is a major monopoly that is taken over, and maybe the Emperor's gone. Who knows?
the new empress of New Frankia, Lyra. Empress
You
Latarge.
got together with Victoria.
I would freaking love that.
I think it'd be time to go back to the Feywild.
It's just pirates everywhere. There's no rules anymore. All
The
vigilante
pirates
business.
fly now. They fly now.
Sky pirates.
Pirates. Ooh.
Pirates.
Pirates.
Oh god,
That's
reminds me of
actually-
Trails
And it-
games.
Mhm.
Oh, I was gonna say Treasure Planet, because that's what I was thinking.
The Trails games actually has Sky Pirates.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
But yeah, for now, this is me retiring Lyra, so she's gonna stay and be a pirate.
Aw.
So we don't get to make fun of you anymore?
I'll
Not
still have a new
Lyra. You
character
can
to
make fun of the next one.
Yeah. Yeah, so for everybody watching the stream and or playing with us, Zeraid, the player, is not leaving. Zeraid, the player, is switching characters for the time being.
Wow.
There
Much
will
to the disappointment of many.
Lyra will still exist in the world. I will still determine / possibly ask questions about what Lyra would do in situations if world events are occurring. But otherwise, Lyra will just sort of be like a background character now, sort of like the friend who was there and still is there, but isn't doing the adventures with you.
The friend we made along the way.
The friend we made.
Quite literally. And maybe also helps you with nefarious deeds whenever you have to do them.
Yeah.
But in
Oh
return,
man, the Butterfree episode.
I feel that.
No.
in return,
Continue.
Zeraid will have a new character available, so
Wow.
there will be somebody else joining the party.
Do we learn that next time or today?
Well, I'm in Texas next week, and I haven't finished him, so probably not for a while.
Okay.
Yes, so here's the thing. Here's the deal. I'm going to go into DM mode rather than story mode. If you guys would like to travel to the Feywild, 1, tell me which method you're going to use. And then 2, over the course of the next couple of weeks, or the next week, tell me what prep you guys wanted to do. So like if you wanted to go get items, if you wanted to buy stuff, we can sort of do shopping off stream before the next stream. If everybody's available other than Zeraid, next weekend we will play as usual without Zeraid. We will play one session without a Lyra because Zeraid's gonna be in Texas, gonna be elsewhere, right? So while on an adventure at I'm gonna pick a random place in Texas. What's up at the like Panhandle? What's the city up there? Hang on. While Zeraid is in while Zeraid is in
Dallas is not the Panhandle. Also, I think the Panhandle is technically fucking whatever is above Texas.
Oklahoma.
Thank you. I thought it was
Barrington?
Oklahoma, but I was like, is it New Mexico?
There we go.
No, that's not right. That's
No,
Mexico.
Mexico's left.
While
No,
Zeraid's
Mexico's west.
while Zeraid's out
October.
while Zeraid's out at Stratford, Texas,
Yeah.
we will do a session as usual, assuming everybody else is available.
Eh.
And in the next session, the new character will show up. So
Wow.
we will sort of prep it so that you guys can get a full session of "Hey, Lyra's gone," followed by "Hey, new companion." Which gives us the 2 weeks to build out Lyra's new character, as well as it gives Zeraid time to be on the vacation and not have to actually worry about too much, and allows us to play even though she will be gone. Once again, that assumes everybody is going to be available. If everybody is not available for next weekend, then we will skip next weekend and we'll do just a normal stream, maybe game or whatever ends up happening. And then Lyra's new character. I keep saying Lyra and Zeraid interchangeably. Zeraid's
Yeah, that's
new
gonna be the biggest
character.
challenge.
Yeah, Zeraid's new character will be nearly immediate then. We'll just sort of shift when she arrives. So if we end up having to skip for some reason, it's fine. If we do get to play, it's also perfect. There will be a way to get Zeraid in the next time Zeraid plays. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Another boy for the team.
It is.
We'll have 2 plus 2.
It
How
is
did you know?
possibly.
No.
Your turn.
It is possibly gonna be a boy.
Wow.
A male character finally. No, what I mean.
This is the girl squad. Excuse you.
Excuse you.
Sorry,
Rigel,
sorry.
Rigel,
I
your
like
hair's
to
gotten too
swap
long.
it
You're now
back
part of
and
the group.
Maybe one of the girls. There's always room for one of the girls, right? Sorry, Rachel, your harem is getting broken up.
Am I a pretty girl?
Hey, $20 is $20.
So,
Oh lordy.
hopefully, we do get to play a session next weekend, and we won't have to worry about the if Zeraid, when I message Sunday D&D, don't be panic. Everybody else, don't panic if Zeraid doesn't message back, because Zeraid's going to be taking that weekend off, and we can still play main campaign because Lyra is going to be gone anyways.
Great keyboards.
Yeah, and then a new character will join in. No players are disappearing. Yeah. So, last DM question before. Well, I guess we can do more roleplay stuff if you guys would like. It is only 4:30. What would you guys like to get done before everybody other than Lyra and her crew teleports?
Yeah, we gotta
My-
see one last romance between you and your lady friend. I'm a romance fan. It's gotta end with the nice romance, and the sunset
Lord.
on the
Well,
ship.
Well, my still needs to
don't-
introduce her group.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I don't think Blood Rose will let Victoria leave. So
Oh no, it's a tragic romance tale.
You StarCraft lovers.
Oh.
we just send each other messages, tweets. That's literally.
Yes, I
So
forgot.
there's actually somebody who would like to see if they can get hired.
Here?
I'll let him explain it.
Yeah, as you look over towards the tiefling individual, he goes, "Right, that's my cue. Hello, I am a warlock of the Celestial, pacted to an angel. As such, I am a powerful healer who would very much like to be employed by your fortress as a personal healer for your crew. I'm also good with medic stuff, so if anybody gets sick, I'm pretty decent at that. But also celestial power, and lights begin to flicker off of him, and you guys know that it's just prestidigitation that he's doing, just to make it look cooler.
Oh my God, is he like Gilderoy Lockhart right now? This is amazing.
Yeah.
How are you with petrification?
I'm
Unpetrification specifically.
Yeah, I can do that. Like a greater restoration. I can cast that.
Sure. Okay, good, good.
Is that like the requirement here? Because if it is, then I meet it, right?
Well, it's happened more than once, so you know. It's a good skill to have.
He like pauses for a moment and goes, "Okay, okay, yeah. I can unpetrify people. The max is like 2 per day though, so like keep the petrification to a limit, I guess. If
That's
possible.
not up to us.
But yeah, I can unpetrify up to 2 people per day, without too much of a problem.
Well, they got my vote.
Yes.
They
And he
seem
sort of looks at
trustworthy
the
enough
rest
to
of the
me
group.
because they've been with my group.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I've been acting as a healer for Rourke here, and gestures towards the no longer wearing armor because he's no longer doing the like practicing or sparring, but he still has this like decent outfit and like a bronze colored tie. Like it almost has that shine to it. As he sort of like leans forward and goes, I can attest to his healing powers being pretty good. Standard adventurer healing, can do basically everything needed to take care of people in the field.
Just
Pretty good.
just pretty good. Just pretty good.
Yeah, I mean he's no like expert priest at a temple, but he's also not a cleric. So I'd say, yeah, for a warlock, for somebody who just has a pact with an angel, it's a good amount of power.
Not sure if that was a plus for him or a dig at clerics.
It was both.
Listen, nothing against clerics. Clerics are great, but most of them stay in their temples. Like, not many of them do the whole adventuring thing. They sort of stay with their gods. So, having a pacted celestial individual, pretty useful.
Seems legit to me. Are you just gonna stay here and heal people, or
He sort of goes, "Oh, yeah. I'll help out around the fort. And then anybody in town, maybe I get some extra, income from, so you don't have to worry too much about me as an individual for like. Hang on, hydrating.
you're hot shedding? What?
Hydrating.
Hang on, hydrating. I mean, I can be hot shedding too. You want me to take off my clothes? I can shed it. No.
Whoa! What kind of
Didn't know it was this type of channel. Hold on.
Hey, yo.
Do we need to put the NSFW up or?
Hey, when you go to log in to watch this channel, it does say 18 plus. So I'm just adult content guaranteed. No.
Guarantee.
Guaranteed. Yeah, no. You would be covered under your current like amount of servants you guys could have without actually paying out of your pocket anyways. So it would just have like a healer on deck at the ready.
I do like free.
It's more just, are you okay with a random person you have never met up to this point staying at your place, right? That's the actual question going on here.
Oh, right. Where will you be staying? Are you gonna be staying here? Are you gonna be staying in town?
Can you stay in Kaliana's Mind Palace?
Are you gonna stay in the Mind Palace?
You say that he's
know
like,
about the Mind Palace?
Mind Palace? I'll assume no. Preferably here in the fort would be awesome. I'm good staying in one of like servant rooms. That's fine. But like I could stay in town too if you guys wanted me to.
Do we need to build a church?
Gods no.
No? I
Oh,
mean,
that's
there's already a fortress and a barracks. Now we just get a little chapel,
You trying to marry someone?
maybe.
the
Someone's
butler
plural.
gentleman goes, nobody would say no to a church. Or a chapel, at least.
And then Healer Dude can live in it, and then we can also keep an eye on him.
House would keep an eye on him for sure.
House would keep an eye on him.
From here
Can
too.
House make a small attachment church?
The fortress had grown a little bit since you guys had last been there, so it is evolving, but not like quick, right? Like while you guys were gone, it maybe built like one more room to itself. The outside where the barracks were built and where the garrison was built by the Fey people is like not a part of it, and as such doesn't really have like the the ooblex inside of its walls. But it seems like it could eventually produce a chapel for the fortress, should you wish. It'll just take a while. It's got to grow. It's but a wee
Feed the
baby.
oob. Feed the oob.
But aside, I mean, regardless of the chapel, do you need any special rooms? What's like your what do you need?
Meals and sleep?
Well, that's easy.
Certainly hope so. So far, I've been obtaining it just by being a guest, so, I mean, working here doesn't seem like too bad of a deal.
You know, I'm okay with it as long as you help out the community as well.
Sure. I don't see why not. Earn a little extra pay over in town. Rigel.
What do y'all think? Hi.
I was gonna say, the other individual, the individual whose party he's coming from, you can tell immediately, just from the vibe, is a dragon.
Let's give it inside of Mai's not even questioning it.
Yeah, Melinda. Give an insight on the tiefling. Give me a check insight. Check insight.
Well,
Oh, damn.
Oh my god, he's a
I wanna know his
murderer. No, I'm
Mother's
just kidding. Yeah. He's a plant. You see a mask in his pocket and it's black and gold. No,
he's a plant.
yeah, he's a plant. He's a hydrangea. No,
My favorite.
Those are the best flowers.
You know, he seems truthful. It seems like he's actually interested in like being able to like stop in a place again and just like stay somewhere and do his normal work because he's been adventuring with the other group for a little while, and like it's not that he's not wanting to stay with them, it's more so to have like a stable place to be.
You are breaking up a little bit, just so that you know. I did understand what you said, but you are breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed. My voice keeps going red now. What the fuck?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
My guess is somebody just reconnected to our internet. Motherfucking son of a bitch.
Aw.
I mean, wow. I've been appled.
Back in
Um,
roommates.
But yeah, as far as you can tell, he's above board and just wants to stop being adventuring and actually have like a consistent place to be, you know? Wah.
Quack.
So, Mr. Dragon Guy over there, is there anything we gotta look out for? Any weird habits? Does he like to steal? Does he like to stab things he shouldn't stab? Anything like that?
Rourke sort of adjusts himself and goes, "No, he's a helpful healer. No oddities beyond that. I guess being a healer who's like pacted to something means his powers could disappear, but I guess it's the same for paladins and clerics who have deals with their own gods anyways, so nothing special."
Oh, what Celestial? Is it just a random dude you met on the street?
Some random fucking angel you
Stray
contracted
woman.
with? What
Yeah.
the hell? He looks over and goes, "Oh, no, it's an archon. It came to me because I was decent at music. Wanted to, give me its teachings. It's an archon. I believe it's called a harp archon. Hang on, let me double check.
Harpcon. Harpcon.
Yes, it is a harp archon. So like a celestial being who's good at music, lawful good individuals, that kind of deal.
Ooh, music. I definitely like him.
Yeah, if you'd like, I can play some music here.
Please be bad. Please be out of tune.
Do it. Let's see.
Please be just a little sharp. Please.
Lyra
Gladly.
going into
Lord.
criticization mode.
And he stands up and sort of walks towards the door and will grab stuff from a bag that he had nearby, and pulls out a lute and begins to strum at it and begins to play. And then let's actually see if he performs well. Hang on. Let's just see.
Oh,
He does
Okay.
indeed. Yeah, he seems skilled. He seems proficient in the musical instrument. He plays an okay lute, and the music is nice.
Dang it.
Related to any people in white robes or masks, are you?
The song pauses as he looks over and he goes, "No?
Mhm.
Just gotta make sure.
I mean, I've
That
seen
is a
individuals
good
in white
question.
robes, but like I go to a lot of churches because I heal people, so normal priests and or priestesses, I guess, but no weird ones."
Okay.
They're all a little weird.
Yeah.
Do you see any with this type of mask? And I do a little minor illusion.
No, I've never seen that before. Hey, Mai.
Can I look around the table?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Hey, Mai, you notice this immediately. Rourke notices what this is, and does make a slight change to his face.
Mai's gonna look at Rourke, but not ask the question yet.
His eyes
Can
go
I
over
look
towards
around
you.
the table?
Yeah. If you want to roll a perception check.
I would like to assist. Never
No
mind.
need.
Doesn't need it.
Natural 20.
Alinda is on fire. Get all the
You-
good rolls out now before you get to the Feywild.
Right.
You would see recognition from all of your friends, obviously, but also Rourke seems to recognize this. So the gentleman with the sort of bronze tie, he seems to
Mr.
recognize it
Dragon.
in some way, shape, or form.
Mhm.
And then let's see who else is at the table here. You've got your Feywild people. No. I'm trying to see who's at the table.
Mhm.
None of the normal people would
Oh.
do anything. Jira doesn't know it. Yeah, I don't think anybody else other than Rourke seems to like recognize this in a way that is noticeable. Like he noticeably, assuming you're looking for it, has a reaction to you showing the image.
So then I'm gonna like squint at him and then look at my and then squint at him and then my and then him and then my.
Yeah, he has sort of brought himself up. He sort of like leans back in, lifts himself up, checks his posture for a moment, and does like look over towards Mai for a second, and shakes his head, I guess, would be a good reaction. Like, I'm trying to think how he would react to this. It seems to be a bad reaction to seeing this thing.
Okay.
Like when you see, an evil thing or something that you recognize that's like bad, that's sort of the vibe he's giving as he sort of gives the like shake of his head after seeing it.
Hmm. I'm still gonna squint at him and then at my and then at him and then at my.
Mm-hmm. He makes no other immediate reactions, but does not answer your questions either.
Mm-hmm. I see you.
Do you say that out loud?
No. I'm
Okay.
gonna corner him later.
Okay. Corner Rourke. With your tiny fairy
have
body
guests,
and
we
his
need to
much
be
larger
civil.
body.
Yes.
Alright. Any other interactions you guys wish to have? I noticed apparently Rigel and Callion are sitting on either side of Shadrinth while Shadrinth eats.
Yes.
Mai will finally introduce the other three of the group if we've gotten through the hiring process.
Yeah, it seems as if you guys have decided it would be okay. Is that correct?
Tentative offer.
Mm-hmm. All right.
We'll just we'll ask House to let people know that they're new. Yeah, just keep an eye on them. Make sure they're helping out and not just being a bum.
All right. Mai, how would you like to introduce your friends, the rest of them that aren't being hired?
So now that we've gotten through that, he was a part of the group of adventurers that actually helped me get out of my hometown when it was attacked. And the group of adventurers is actually sitting right here. I have Rourke, points at or gestures towards the bronze dragon. Nona
Yes.
gestures at the raven. And Discern gestures at the plant-armed druid.
Yeah. Yeah, so you've got a what seems to be the tanned human with pitch black hair and seafoam green eyes. He is quite large and well built, as he is a fighter by nature, as well as he is a dragon. If he was not currently in humanoid form, unlike Shadrin's form, he does not have any like scales or horns, and he doesn't have any signifiers as to show that he would be a dragon if otherwise. There is a what you would recognize as something like a Kenku. There is a raven person, as well as there is a dark elf. Sort of has that palish purple skin tone, and has one arm which is completely made out of plants, specifically his left arm. As they all sort of nod along with. It is a pleasure to meet Mai's friends. says Rourke.
And I basically learned everything that I know now from them.
That is a lot.
Hmm.
Well, surely it's
Taught
not
her well.
everything. Surely she's learned plenty since she hung out with us. Nona speaks up and goes, "Is true. She seems much stealthier now. Big stealth, good stealth."
Oh yeah. Can
I
hardly
will
hear
blush
her
slightly.
coming.
Tail,
But
of course,
I did
wagging in
train her.
response.
Rourke looks over and goes, "I have noticed that you all are quite involved with dragonkind, so should you not know beyond what has been said, I am a bronze dragon. Um,
Gasp.
I am young, so don't expect any crazy things from me. I am not an old dragon, which is why I prefer adventuring. And I found a group of friends, which are the adventurers you see before you, as well as whilst we stayed at a particular location for an extended amount of time, that is where we met Mai and assisted in training her in the ways that best fit her physique at the time. So that was training from Nona, to be stealthy, and then to learn roguish things. And then we taught her a little bit of the basics of society she could go to for help. And apparently, it's worked out. So I would like to personally thank you all for hopefully being her friends, if not at least being her acquaintances. Thank you.
Hope we're friends and not just acquaintances. But I
Yeah,
guess that's
yeah.
up to mine.
Aww. Still squinting.
If you are all her friends, thank you extra. Appreciate it. And I hope you're able to stay with her, or at least around her, influence. Hopefully not in too horrible of ways, but keep her on the right track, you know? I don't think I'm ready to retire from adventuring, and neither are these two, so we do have plans to go out and continue a mission we have of our own, but we will stay here until the next adventure starts for you, Mai.
Mai leans over and gives him a hug.
Aw. Why
He
don't we
is-
get this kind of treatment?
Yeah.
I want my hug.
Yeah, what the heck is this?
He is still much larger than you, and yeah, puts an arm around you and hugs you back.
Oh.
I hope you continue to be her friends.
Squintless.
But we will stay here until you all decide to leave again, at which point we will continue our own adventures. I think we need to head back south, so... Oh god, it's going to be such a long trek. Odds are we will have to head back to the Kingdom of Efrit, and then follow that up, going all the way south again to the Wildlands. Yes?
I might be able to help you out with that. And then I pull out the phone book and go, "Where do you want to go?"
Sort of smiles and goes, "Preferably, the next point we have to hit is in the Kingdom of Efrit. If you can get us to the capital, that would be a good starting point."
Yes, I can absolutely get you there if you tell me about the mask people.
Oh my god.
Oh,
He pauses and goes, "We have. I, when I was younger, have seen that mask before. I'm not particularly old, so this is within, 30 or 40 years or so. I if you are trying to avoid those people, from what I have seen, they seem to go to many locations, points where they have easy access to other planes of existence. I saw them when I was young in the southern portions of the Wildlands Federation. They had tainted a region of the Bujata marshlands. Luckily, it was stopped at the time, and nothing occurred. But they escaped. That is as much as I know about that mask."
Bujata.
Yeah. Marakai knows where that is.
Yeah, I'm trying real hard to like not pay attention to what he said exactly because
Yeah, so that is all I know of that masked person. They wore robes of white and had a mask like that. But whatever they were trying to accomplish did not come to fruition and or was stopped, as no major events have occurred in that region since. So we assume they retreated.
Did he tell me all of the truth?
You don't know. Roll me another insight. Or are you asking hey, did he tell me all of the truth?
I'm not gonna ask her directly, but I'm gonna look at her. And I'm gonna try and suss it out myself, and then also look at her.
Sure. Give me a number for sussing it out yourself. 15. He seems to be truthful. He seems to have spilled everything he knows about it, or at least as much as he can say of such a thing. The information he knows personally. There is no lies in anything he has said. You can tell that everything he has said is truthful.
he's just gonna keep giving a warm smile.
I didn't mean to hold anything back from you all. My interactions with that individual were non-existent. I saw them, is the best way to put it. I was much younger back then. Oh, yep.
I think the only reason we were on edge when we noticed it was that we've had multiple encounters with the people in that mask.
Don't recommend.
I understand.
Yeah, if we can avoid it.
They're the
They
ones
did-
responsible for the petrification.
I see. They did seem powerful at the time. They used some sort of beam weapon. Attacks like lasers almost. Laser would be a word. Attacks of beams,
Eye
right?
beams.
Yeah.
It was very dangerous. I was hit by one.
I see. It... Well, it's good to know that you made it out just fine.
Yeah, barely.
Thanks to my instincts.
If you run into them again, I hope it is. I hope the outcome is at least as good as it currently is, and you all are still alive.
That's always
Thank-
the goal.
That is
I
the
hope you
nicest
don't run
thing.
into them.
That being said, I believe that should be the end of stream and or the end of this roleplay. Is there anything else you guys want to do before, like actually before we end for the night, or is everybody okay
throw a
stopping here?
Barn party.
If I'm gonna help them teleport to wherever they're going, and
Do they
Yeah.
want to stay for the barn party?
Barn party.
yeah.
They said they're
Sure.
staying until we go on our adventure.
Yeah. Until
Cool.
you guys set off to the Feywild. But then, yeah, once you guys do decide to finally teleport to the Feywild, they'll ask you to be like, "Hey, could you send us to the?" Okay, cool, thanks, and get teleported off. So that they could head towards the positions they have to get to. The reason they're having you teleport not directly to what they said their ending point is because they have to go to all the points in between. Like, it's not just a, hey, your mission is to go to blank and do blank. No, it's, hey, you need to go all the way through all these areas, like a patrol almost.
At least I can get them to their first location quickly.
Yeah. And then any preparation, shopping, or magic items you guys would like to look for, we can just message me in Tabletop Tavern so I can sort of see it, and everybody else can also see it. And then I want to follow it up by, is everybody going, other than Lyra, via the coin? Is that how you guys are going to teleport?
The coin.
I mean, they did say, or he did say that the Shadow Court was basically inhibiting transportation into the Feywild.
Yes. So you could
I was
either
gonna ask you.
the fairy circle that is near you guys is broken. It cannot be used. But you might have other methods or people or locations you want to go to try to get there, or you can just flip the coin.
The coin.
Every time.
Teleport in the middle of the Shadow Court.
Yeah, I have no idea where that coin's gonna take us. So
Please
be
can they
warned.
use it?
According to your identification spell, the individual flicking it decides based on a position they know of. So
Coin?
if Kaliana's the one using the coin and doing it, she could land in one of the forests that she was used to, or raised in, or that kind of stuff, or the village nearby. If Melinda did it, you could end up directly in the city if you wanted to, theoretically.
Theoretically.
So my question is, who's using the coin, and what location are you trying to land in?
Do we want to go straight into the fire, or do we want?
I mean, is it possible for Mai to learn about the locations and then figure out the best one for them to go to?
But why is Rigel using the coin? Why do you say that? Aren't you so yeah. I was like, oh, here I thought he was being serious. Okay.
I'm okay either way. I feel like if Melinda flips the coin, she teleports us right into the middle of the city, and I feel like the city is safe. And then if we go to the forest, depending on where it is, I don't know if it will. It's like a 50-50 shot of whether everybody's safe because of Court of Shadows bullshitness.
Could be. You're not 100% sure.
Yeah. I don't know. That's my thoughts. I'm okay with whatever you guys decide ultimately, but
Who's doing it? Where you going? Because I'm gonna need a roll to determine before next
Oh.
session. So, who's going?
Uh,
Who's
Uh.
who's using the coin, and where are you trying to land?
all I know is I want to see the forest at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then let's
Maybe-
go to the forest.
Well, maybe we can
Oh
do it
my God.
after we protect the city.
Do your people know if the city is safe to land in?
Does Rosie or Benji or
To Landon, they'd
anyone
say
know?
no idea. Chances
Okay,
are there's some
awesome.
sort of anti-teleportation ready, so it might scatter. So you might end
Oh,
up
yeah,
somewhere
that-
else. But there's also like other versions of protections. So like if emotionally you're going to try to protect, the shield probably wouldn't do it. So the Feywild is like all emotion, and it's ruled by that sort of mix of things, right? So when they do magic, it's determined by that. So if you're going there to protect the city, and they're using a shield of anti-teleportation to protect the city, chances are it will just let you through because you're trying to protect the city. However, the Feywild also messes with magic in general, so who knows? I just need to know a point that you might try to land in.
Maybe go like just outside of the town city place so you don't end up right in the middle of shenanigans.
And the city is surrounded and under siege, so everywhere around the city has enemies.
So in the city.
No, that still
Yeah,
seems
it's
like
either in the city or way out the city.
Yep.
you
That's
might
what
want
I
to
need
build
to
up
know.
to that.
Well, based off the conversation, we're gonna have at least Rogma's troop with us.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll be bringing
So
all
we
the
can
mercenaries
fight
with you.
into the city.
You can.
I don't know. Sometimes acclimating to places seems like a good idea instead of
Forest.
just rocking yourself into there.
We're under
I think
attack.
that's-
Random people show up in the city. Oh God!
Immediately spears pointed at our
What?
throats.
Not random. I'm not random. I
I
run this
am.
city, bitch.
A dragon's pretty random.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Did human form.
What's it gonna be?
I think our vote is forest. I heard at least 2 votes for forest.
All right.
Not
Lyra
necessarily
doesn't get a
forest.
vote.
Yeah, I don't count. I'm
Correct.
just there to throw shenanigans at you.
Caliana, then, most likely, would you prefer to try to land near the village that you grew up near, or would you prefer to go sort of a more deep forest?
I guess we'll try and go near the village to make sure everybody's okay.
Okay. Then everybody collects themselves, prepares for whatever it is, items included, which we can discuss off stream and will be said in a recap that will be on stream next time we play. I need you to roll a D100 for me, please.
Oh no!
Let's
As
go!
you flick
You
the
got
coin
this.
up and everybody watches the coin,
Oh, well,
Oh,
Oh, that's very close to the center.
and then the coin
Wow.
falls, and individuals end up in the Feywild. Let me roll my own D100. Let me see.
And then
Wow.
everyone split up.
Oh my god.
My God! These rolls.
oh no! I blinked.
The coin.
Don't you dare.
Rigel's just behind. Like, well, I guess you're gonna stay and help me with the business, Rigel.
As the
True.
coin falls, light seems to fade from around everybody. You're able to see that only your party has arrived at the location. It seems as if the
Oh,
mercenaries are somewhere else.
Oh,
Rick.
I mean, there was always a risk, right?
At least we me.
yeah. At least it's us together.
And at
You
least the others
see-
are like familiar with the Feywild.
Right?
You see right next to you all is a small cottage home. Out front is a humanoid puppet hanging from the awnings.
The fuck?
It's Pinocchio.
Its eyes open and light up, and you hear, "Who's there?" And that's where we'll end for tonight. So,
Oh my god.
that's where
Hey,
we'll be
Tamante.
That's where we will be starting up when we get back. You're at a cottage with a puppet talking to you, who's hung up on the awnings. Yeah, you guys have made it to the Feywild. We'll see how this turns out.
We did it, guys. We're finally there.
Yeah.
This will be
I learned Sylvan for something.
this will be interesting. I'm excited to see where this goes. Well,
I'm nervous.
I have to prep character with Zeraid and figure out how Zeraid's character gets to where you guys are when that eventually does happen. When available. Once again, hopefully next Sunday we do play a session, and it's going to be possibly without Zeraid, followed by a session that will hopefully guaranteed have Zeraid in it. But we'll see when we get to it. It's gonna be, you know, mix and match. Sometimes people are just gone because they suddenly have something they have to do anyways. I don't work here. So hopefully we see everybody on stream next Sunday. But you know, if not, tune in anyways. There'll be something going on starting at 2 p.m. as usual. Tomorrow is Monday, so I'll be playing games on stream for basically the entire day. Hanging out
If
with
I
people.
get to leave early from work, then I will join you.
Fantastic. So we've got a possible multiplayer Monday with Raylan, and if not, I'll still be streaming something, as well as hopefully with Rogma later on in the day. We'll do another stream, and we'll play a game, and we'll do a thing. And then Tuesdays, I've been playing Guild Wars 2, so it'll probably be just a bunch more Guild Wars 2 on stream. And then Wednesday, I might take it off again or just stream randomly. I don't fucking know. Don't hold me to anything on Wednesdays. And then we'll figure out the rest of the week as it occurs. So, thank you so much, everybody.
Gonna play Dragon's Dogma.
Am I gonna play Dragon? I am gonna play Dragon's Dogma. Hang on, that comes
Thursday.
out.
Dragon's Dogma.
Oh, that's
Comes out on
Thursday.
Thursday?
Oh yeah, forget Pal World. Go play Dragon's Dogma.
That comes out on Thursday. Yeah,
go ahead.
I might take the day off of Pal World and play Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, please go ahead. I don't want to make you wait.
24-hour Dragon's Dogma 2 stream. Am I right, boys? We'll see what happens with that. You know, maybe I'll pull Bloodhawk into a random game at some point because I see you there, Bloodhawk. I see you. I see you. But yeah.
Rogma, you're freaking adorable little wiggly.
Yeah, little wiggle.
I love that thing.
Hey,
So
Let's-
fucking cute.
Let's.
I always
let's-
forget to change Anna Melinda, so I figured I'd do it now.
Let's see if we can raid somebody. Raid somebody.
Where?
Raid somebody. Raid somebody. Let's go.
Oh, I no longer have my
To
little
There's a
Where-
few people we can raid. Let's go with let's go watch some Zelda. How about that?
Hey, I like Zelda.
Like,
so that'd be that.
like
So-
regular Legend of Zelda, or
Oh
wait,
my
that's
god.
what I hope it is.
Freaking son of a bitch asshole. Hang on.
I never know.
Yes, it is Majora's Mask? Is that what they're playing? Hang on.
Oh, I've never played that one.
That one's
I
a
love
rough
Majora's
one.
Mask.
It's great.
So
It's a rough
dark.
one to get started.
Yeah, they're playing Majora's Mask. So, raid pop. You're getting new glasses in a week? Oh hell yeah, Bloodhawk, let's fucking go. Yeah, so we're gonna go right over to Miss Jackie CR. I already gave news for the week. I guess Thursday I'm apparently playing Dragon's Dogma 2. which means I'm probably also playing that on Friday, and I might not do a model stream, but we'll see how that turns out. And then, yeah, take care of yourselves, everybody. Hope to see you again.
Wee!
Bye, stream.
Have a good night.
Bye, Jane.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.